Hello there, all you harrowing hangmen, hollow husks, and horny horse girls. Welcome to the Diecast. As you can see, we are in some sort of liminal back room. We are between offices, shall we say, so pay no mind. So, the last time we adventured with the party, they seemed to want to commit crimes. From a botched crime scene cleanup that led to a full-blown arson and the maiming of a city guard, to breaking, entering, and the following traumatizing of the pub owner, our party decided, you know what, fuck it, crime episode. However, in a balancing of the scales, the party undertook an investigation into a cult that led to the emancipation of a small army of trafficked slaves from what was assumed to be the barrack mob from Briarleaf's past experiences. We rejoined the party, having just freed a whole lot of people, with Bax and Lilith just about leaving the ship that was escorting this dark cargo. Will Lilith get paid for her distraction? Yes. And the goblin stood at the helm, goes, "Here's 10 gold pieces, love, don't spend it all at once," and just fucking yeets a bag of gold at her. So, Cass, if you're watching, add 10 gold to your stat sheet. So, yeah, last time was chaos. You two are still down on the dock, sort of moving away. You and Lilith are just leaving as well. The blokes on the ship started to continue to move cargo. And in the bay, just off the dock, you can hear a series of splashing and cawing like birds and clicking, and there just seems to be a lot of movement, like an amorphous splashing of wings and just sort of seabirds going crazy.
It's not me, guys.
Seabirds.
I haven't done anything.
For once, it's not actually...
Have you attacked someone recently?
No.
So, this blob seems to be getting closer to the shore. And I am trying to very subtly, but not successfully, get a sound clip up. No one noticed. But, yeah, this din, this flapping and splashing gets louder and louder and closer, and you can see that there is a huge mass of seabirds hurtling towards the ship. They are sort of plunging into the water and fighting with each other and just clashing in the air. But before you can really even blink, a whole variety of seabirds, from like pelican-sized and style to just little gulls to albatross,
and it was the ship
huge
that
wing.
they were on.
Yeah, as you were coming off, this ship just gets engulfed.
Ship.
And as it does, you can, you two specifically,
Is this you?
Bryleaf and Scarius, you get a little tap on your shoulder, and Lenora pops up. You're just sort of out for a daily stroll. You saw
Is this
a
you?
bit of a kerfuffle on the dock.
Hello. Hi.
You see the birds, right?
Yes.
I would like each of you to roll initiative.
Oh, boy.
Why is it opening through Spotify? No.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
Us two included.
Everyone.
Oh.
I really need this to work. Audio.
I don't want to fight birds. I love birds.
It's not exactly what you think it is. Open with. There we go. Hold on. Open with, not open a new window. Good lord. Spotify can't play this right now. Yeah, I know. It's not You know what? I'm doing it on my phone. Sod it.
You remember this code for me, because I keep doing it and I can't remember.
Can we pair this with my phone a moment? While everyone rolls initiative and I write out the order.
No, you did it wrong.
We aren't.
Work in progress.
We aren't doing a physical map for reasons that will become obvious, as opposed to just the lack of space.
Space.
But no, it'll become obvious rather quickly. Let me just put some music back on while we get ourselves sorted here.
That is
Yeah,
very
Just play
Come-
it
can we
from your
Pay
phone.
this.
Oh,
ominous.
okay.
Is there a pay button?
Oh, it's
Somewhere?
just you've got to unpay from that, and then
Wonderful. Modern technology, everybody.
Disconnected.
Thank you.
disconnected.
The Bluetooth device has unconnected successfully. I make it sound too much like Nadja and Nando.
We have been asked, is this homebrew?
Everything is homebrew. Every fucking thing is homebrewed. I very loosely use 5e rules. Available devices. There we go. Hold on. Oh, yeah, pay.
Paired.
Pairs.
Thank you.
Paired.
Paired. Brilliant. Now then, we will get on to the music, which, by the way, isn't music. I just want to warn everyone at home, if you're squeamish and uncomfortable, you might want to pop out for about 5 minutes.
I'm out.
Can we pop out?
Because this is honestly horrible.
Oh, if it's guttural sounds, I can't do it.
It's a whole host of nasty. I was up till 2 a.m. making this, and then this morning on my break
How
at
was you
work, I
making
was
this?
screaming into a microphone. Don't worry about it.
When?
You were in work.
Oh,
Yeah.
Where?
I'm so intrigued.
it's a plane.
Outside.
Yeah.
Where the bloody hell?
Might have been a helicopter. They come over all the time.
See, I even had the sound file open, but it just wasn't playing, so I was trying to open through Spotify, so it looks like I'm unprepared, but I was prepared, but now it's broken. Open with YouTube Music or Spotify. It's just a .wav. Can you not just play it? You prick.
It is one of those cases of like, if it's not compressed, your phone can't play it.
Boo.
Oh,
Oh, birds.
So, birds descend upon the ship. What is everyone's initiative?
8.
Okay, so we got a pair of 8s.
12.
21.
Bax, Lenora, Briarleaf, 21, Scarius. Okay,
Oh, yeah.
the
I've got questions.
the
Why
crewmen,
though?
the crewmen immediately get attacked. That Jacob guy that basically shat his pants after
Aw.
he'd been possessed
He's
by
having a bad day, bless him.
yeah, Theus. He immediately takes 3 damage as these birds descend. And these aren't just birds, you know me by now. Some of them are, if you imagine the head and the body underneath, are split down the middle
Oh.
with maws that, like,
Gross.
the whole head opens up and then closes. Some of them don't have feet, but have fleshy spikes down through the bottom.
Oh, fleshy spikes.
Some of them have human hands with long mangled claws and are
Ew.
scratching at Jacob's eyes and basically immediately blind him.
So have these things appeared from amongst
They
the
just sort of,
cluster
from what
birds?
you could see, they sort of almost look like they came out of the water.
Oh shit!
They
Okay.
were just
Birds
off
are
in the
not having a
distance.
good time.
No. That one that sounds particularly. That
it-
one.
is that
I
you?
think is an albatross.
Ah.
Maybe.
Oh.
No, the voice is in the background of me. The birds, unedited by the way, just pitch shifted at most. But that noise, they are pelicans.
Oh, just like
They are fucking horrible. And
Clacking them
storks.
out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
storks and
Yeah.
pelicans. But yeah, Jacob's blinded. His eyes are gone immediately.
Oh,
Like
dear.
they descend upon him and they just rip them out. And the goblin captain, who just about got rid of that bag of gold as these things appeared, takes 4 damage as he's picked up into the air and they start ripping at him.
Oh
and
god.
His shirt becomes immediately blood-stained and they just drop him onto the deck.
How close?
Taking a further
are
4
we?
damage. He's now dead.
How close are we to this?
You two are like, you and Lilith
we
are
were,
like on the
just coming up.
gangplank.
yeah, you were close enough to catch the gold or one of the.
Yeah.
Right.
Briarleaf, I know you don't like
So
these people,
Scarius, you're up first.
but joke's over.
The way this is going to work, by the way, is you will roll against their AC. It's
Yeah.
quite low, don't panic. But because there are literally hundreds and hundreds of birds,
Is it like
you
a swarm?
basically, for each type of weapon or attack you do, there's like a sort of associated like number of birds you kill.
Right.
So
Okay.
think damaging on a wide array as opposed to, you know, building high and
Yeah.
hitting hard. So, Scarce, you're up. You're about, at this point, 40, 50 feet away.
Okay. I take Gonk off my wrist, throw it up in the air. It then changes into flamethrower mode. Paprika then catches it mid-air. So now I've got a flying flamethrower.
Yep.
I'm guessing with a flight speed of 30 feet, it can get close enough to do some damage with that, because the actual range of it
these
is...
things are like in a big ball all around the ship as well. It is just a constant swooping and diving. Like, you know when you see like starlings sort of doing this thing? It's like that, but infinitely more horrific.
Okay.
There's blood dripping from them, and like every now and again there's just like a dull wet thwack as they crash into parts of the ship or burst through some of the crew members. Because, they are now feasting on the corpse of the goblin captain.
Oh dear.
So that's a saving throw on the bird's part instead.
Okay, auto hit.
Okay.
There's enough of them, auto hit.
I'm stealing the
So,
aid.
because it's a big AoE flamethrower, I'm going to say roll 3d4 for me.
3d4
Yep.
instead of 2d8.
Yeah.
Oh.
Not damage. You'll see.
Oh,
So just roll 3d4.
I'll just roll. 4, 4,
Damn.
2, 10.
Okay. So as Paprika swoops in and Gonk ignites this huge like funnel of flame, from where you're standing, roughly 10 of the bird-like creatures just drop to the deck. They start convulsing a little in the flame and rolling. Some of them even pop, but for the most part,
Nice.
like they are dead. But yeah, you just swoops in, poof, gone, 10 of them up in a gulf. You've made a small dent,
Okay.
but much like a golf ball, there will need to be many more dents, lest you have a wonky flight path.
That's my action, my bonus action. I don't want to move to get closer.
Smart.
So,
Bryley, you're up. Actually no. Before then, the crew take 4 damage each, essentially, including Lilith and Bax. As you are just sort of in this ball. There are just these things hurtling around you, and they're catching you on the cheek, they're catching your chest and like ripping at it. Some of them are getting like caught up in your scarf and like pulling at it. Like, it is just a complete flurry. The sun is essentially blotted out to you. There's just so much din and noise and movement and blood and oh god, everything's happening all at once that it's essentially like auto hits. Like, these things are just crashing into you at the rate of knots. I don't actually have Lilith's HP, so I'm just gonna count up and hopefully not hit a big number. If I kill Lilith this way with casting on here, I will die. Now is Bright Leaf, by the way.
I literally haven't got anything to do.
Is it
Yeah, is it just like all different birds, or is there like one or two particular birds that seem like the boss, or
You know
what I mean?
can make a perception check.
Lilith's got 46 hit points.
Okay, now she has 40.
Just
Yeah, D&D Beyond's just gone.
yeah, mine keeps
On me.
like crashing out on me as well.
24
24
perception check.
Oh, 20, yeah. So, from what you can see, there are bigger birds, but there doesn't seem to be any sort of order. It is just pure unbridled chaos. It's just a flurry of bird-like bits. I'm not even going to say bird bits, because some of them definitely aren't bird bits. There's definitely human bits flying around. Like, you sort of catch a glimpse of one of the bigger, like, pelican-style seabirds, and normally where the throat sort of fills up is just this big bulbous sack of like flesh.
oh,
with
you didn't have to do
drippy
that.
bits, and to top it off, has got
You didn't have to.
3 eyes, 2 one side, 1 the other,
Oh,
with a mouth just under one of the eyes that keeps licking the eyeball.
you didn't have to do that. Come on.
I
Come
thought I'd
on,
pump the brakes on
man.
the horror a little bit over the last few weeks, so I thought I'd really, hammer it home. I've watched a few body horror movies since we last played, so I have to
Nice,
really
nice.
pump it up a bit.
So there's like nothing.
There's nothing that would
out of the
suggest
ordinary.
that there's just whatever's happened to these creatures. They are in a complete blind fury and frenzy. Like they have next to no awareness of what's going on from what it looks like. There's no following of a leader or anything. It's just that.
Can I cast speak with animals and just be like, "I"?
Yeah, go for it.
I'm gonna try and shoot an arrow just
Okay, yeah.
into
Into the crowd.
Yeah. Oh, I might not actually. 13.
Hits. Roll a d4.
D8. Where's the D8 tab?
No, just a d4.
Oh. 1.
Okay, so you sort of spot that big pelican. You're like, "Down's mine." Launch an arrow, and it just sticks right in that neck bit. It just sort of
Oh, I knew you were
explodes in
gonna
the
do
air
that.
and
Why
rains
would
down.
I do that?
But yeah, you just completely nail that one pelican. So
Did it like anger the birds or anything?
already
They're pretty angry
Yeah,
already.
they're pretty pissed.
Angry birds.
Do you want to shoot another arrow?
Fuck.
Yeah. I'll try and shoot an arrow.
Hey, that makes us the pigs.
Do you know you guys are cops?
14.
14, yeah, hits.
2.
I'm nothing if not inappropriate. Okay, so this time you, after blowing up the big one, you're still taking on like the slightly bigger ones. You manage to like kebab 2 of them in one go, and like the arrow just goes sailing into the sea with these 2 like birds stuck to it. But yeah, you've sniped a few more out the sky.
Are me and Sky's quite close? Or are we quite?
You're about
I think we're quite close.
We're quite close. Close enough. Yeah.
Yeah, you're about 50 feet away from the birds to each other. That's up to you. So, Bax and Lilith take a further 2 damage as more of the crew start just collapsing around them. A few of them have taken up arms and are swinging, and mostly just wildly. There's no real rhyme or reason to these attacks. They're just trying to get as many as possible. Some of them have tried to go and back under the into the lower decks for protection, but the birds are like swarming into it. Some of them start like pouring out of the holes in the side of the ship. They're now like bursting through the wood. Like it's starting to even go like take on water. Like these are furious.
What the fuck is going on?
So, Lenora, you are up next.
Okay. I'm trying to get back into D&D Beyond because it signed me out.
Every
so-
time you show up, there's freaky shit. Every time.
Maybe I just shouldn't show up anymore, darling.
Oh, it doesn't roll for Lilith's initiative. Whoops.
Help. I can't get in.
That's a natty 1.
Come here.
You do it. It keeps signing me out. Every time. It's just, anytime I'm pressing something, it's just signing me out.
Okay, we'll come back to you in the
Okay.
turn order. Bax, if you go next.
Sign in.
Okay.
So you're sort of like,
Yeah, what?
just as you were stepping off the gangplank, it is now just like a swarm. So you sort of
So this has all
precariously, like,
happened within the
yeah, like,
space of like a few
a
seconds.
few seconds, like 1 foot on the gangplank, 1 foot on the land, and like nuts over water, sort of
Right.
precarious.
Okay. As they start swarming and like pecking, I'm gonna like throw them off and go into a rage. First up. So that's gonna be activating the lightning.
Yep, I'm gonna say that.
As
Also
that
hits.
starts auto hit. Nice. Let me roll that.
So
Sound
roll
code.
2d4.
Storm aura. 2d4. Okay. Add them together.
Yep.
Yep.
Something
6.
popped up then.
6. Nice. So you create this.
Go and do not disturb.
Like
right?
there's just
So
that
you
moment where it's
check
almost
your
like Pikachu charging up, it's just like a
Mm.
around you, and just a bunch of them like fall to the ground. For a moment, it smells quite nice. It smells like you've cooked them through thoroughly.
A
And then it's
roast
like,
chicken.
Oh no, that's too far. Like there's definitely like hair on some of them. That's like bird keratin smell.
Ah, gross.
Yeah, so you do take out quite a good few of them in that first like blast. So
And like coming from the momentum of that first blast, I'm gonna swing around with the hammer and just try and drive it through as many of them in the air as I can.
Yep.
And I'm gonna go reckless for that.
Yeah, okay.
I think.
You got Twitch on your phone.
Ooh, it wasn't great though.
Close everything.
Saying that 19.
Yeah, hits.
Cool.
So roll
Don't let not
2d4
go.
plus 2.
2d4 plus 2. 5, 7.
Nice.
2d4 plus 2.
So, with that initial like blast, as it sort of clears a space around your sort of midriff and head, you just take the opportunity to swing the hammer up, and there's just like really wet slaps as it just goes
Yeah, let's go.
and just knocks
Nice.
a few of them flying.
And I'm gonna keep swinging and go around for the
Just keep
second
spinning.
attack.
It's just like
Also reckless for
proper
attack too.
barbarian
Let's,
spin to
let's,
win.
let's do it. Okay, 26.
Definitely hits.
And same again, 2d4 plus 2. Okay. 8.
8.
6 plus 2.
Okay,
just,
so
just to remind you, you've got returning weapon.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay.
just start throwing
Okay.
the fucking hammer. Make all the birds drunk. Yeah, like a proper Thor moment.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Beautiful.
like Bax as usual is an absolute fucking murderer and just starts slaying these creatures left, right, and center. However, I would like you to make a dexterity saving throw for
Cool.
me, please.
Makes sense. I'm in the middle of birds. Dexterity. 17.
Okay,
Cool. Oh, that would have been with advantage,
Well done,
actually.
yeah.
17. And then, with that done, I'm going to try and, like, jump off that gangplank and onto the dock.
Okay, yeah, so that's basically what that was anyway. It was a case of there's a lot of them smacking into you as you're swinging this big fucking hammer around. So, like, it was just a case of can you keep your balance on this thing?
Cool.
So, yeah, using that roll, we'll say you sort of just realize you're about to get knocked as this, like, big fucking albatross looking thing
Oh.
with, like, a ridiculous wingspan with almost like bat wings, though, like a leathery skin wing with very few feathers comes hurtling at your face.
fuck
Like,
are
no,
these?"
I'm out! Jump onto,
Yeet.
like, dry land. Okay, Lilith will go up next immediately. Bear in mind, Lilith has only just about put her skirt back on and has been like this whole time. And has caught the bag in one hand, pocketed it, and now he's like this. She just drops her arm, tits out, daggers out, just starts swinging. Oh, no, the birds have stopped.
Well, she didn't put her shirt back on.
Doesn't matter.
No, she said she walked out like
She was
this.
walking out just covering,
So
yeah.
now she's not covering anything because birds are pecking at her.
Be using
Oh,
really
dear.
done from Chrome.
Yeah, so she makes a
But
hit.
it's the
She
same.
manages
Right.
to
If you don't have the
skewer.
authenticator
I'd expect
app on your
nothing
phone.
Yeah. As she brings down the
Should set-
dagger with
you
one
should set
hand,
up
she like impales
Twitch
through
with
one of these
authenticator.
birds down into another one. But like the second one doesn't quite get stuck on the blade like the first one, so it just like it's just like a pop and it drops. But the first one is just I'm on
Ah, chicken
get
kebab.
get off. But it's not chicken, it's seabird.
Seabird kebab.
Yeah, and with her 2 bonus actions, she'll make 2 more swings with daggers as opposed to rapiers, just because a rapier's not going to do a hell of a lot to
Yeah.
birds compared to like the ability to slice and stab. So yeah, both hit for
Slice
an
and
additional 4 more dead birds. So between you, you've managed to take out 40 of these things. Lilith is now just sort of like armed with a pair of seabirds, though, because they're like stuck on the dagger and she can't get them off. You know, like when you try and get something off a spoon with another spoon and it gets stuck to the second one, and then you have to like keep doing this. She's doing that. She's like trying to get the bird off with one dagger and it gets stuck on that one, so she's like doing that, and then it's stuck on the other one, and she's like, "The fuck!" She's pretty good at this.
2 at once, damn.
Are you...
Lenora suddenly
you are
remembered how to combat.
Yeah, Laura's like, "Ah, let's go!"
I was just stood there. I was just like,
In awe.
what is
Sound
this
file
going
has
on?
ended.
Balls is for some stupid reason it won't let me just auto repeat it. I have to keep pressing it every minute and a half.
So what is left? What am I looking at?
There's a shitload of birds left.
Okay.
They are still swarming. There are next to no crew left now. You can hear screaming in the underside of the ship where the last remaining few that got down there have now been ripped to bits, and the water that has started filling up the ship as it's ebbing back out, there's blood in the water and like just chunks of bird and person
great.
just floating out. But yeah, the whole rigging is still just alive with movement.
Okay. I'm gonna try and see if I can just single out the like gnarliest looking one that's about.
Yeah. There's one that looks like it used to be 2 gulls, and now is not. It's like twin-headed with like these horrible, almost like biblically accurate wings, and it's got eyes all over it, and just like a mouth in its chest, and it just starts like beelining towards you.
Slay.
Okay, I'm just gonna cast a guiding bolt,
Nice.
like
Yeah. Okay.
right. Try and get it like in the
yeah,
mouth.
right in the mouth.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Cool.
What is your spellcasting focus?
What is my spellcasting focus?
I've only seen you use a cup of tea so far.
Yeah, it's just a flask. She just goes, "Ugh," points the flask, and a beam shoots out.
It's a little tiny little doll.
Oh yeah, you did
the
say.
creepy doll.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
fun. Spooky.
Yeah, and then the spiritual weapon is just a big version of it.
Yes.
A big floppy ragdoll thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
So. Oh,
First roll.
natural.
No.
Nat 1. Okay. You launch this bolt, and as it fires off, this gull sort of just... It barely even like moves around or like moves up or down. It just sort of just barrel rolls perfectly on the spot as these 2 gull heads suddenly like... but yeah, they just sort of twist around it and are still like hurtling down towards you now.
Shit. I guess I'll cast my spiritual weapon then as a bonus action.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so you just sort of like summon it near the ship, sort of floating just above it, just in auto spin mode. It's just like a blender for gulls. Yeah, so actually, as you summon it, and it actually it's the doll, isn't it? I will say, roll a d4 as you create it.
Okay. 2.
2. Okay, yeah. The big doll thing comes to life in this radiant glow and just catches 2 of them and goes and just crushes them into a pile. But obviously, because this thing being ethereal in a sense, it just allows them to like drip through the palm. So now, yeah, it's just covered in bits already. Like,
Nice.
get going. So now is the birds. And they are slowly moving towards... I say slowly moving towards. Basically, the whole thing is pushing along into the docks and the city more. So, each of you will take 2 slashing damage as these birds start latching onto each of you. Like
Reduced
they're
to
just
1, baby.
like flying through your legs, catching onto your sort of Achilles and onto your necks, and any bit of loose clothing they're grabbing onto. Some of them literally with human hands and are like pulling.
No.
And they all seem to be trying to lift you off.
Humans, the size of human hands?
Some of them are like little dinky hands.
Ah,
Some of
that's
them,
worse,
like on
that's
the
worse.
big, on the big pelicans and stuff, the ones that have the hands are like, if anything, big for human hands. Like
I like the idea of like a flightless bird running in late. Like a penguin.
yeah, I
Like,
was gonna say,
Sorry, guys.
a penguin with 9 beaks and like 12 mouths on his chest, and he's like little sort of stabby flippers, and he's like, what am I supposed to do? I can't get up on the dock. Yeah, so Scaritz, it goes back up to you.
okay. I shall. Well, first of all, I'll use my bonus action to activate Gonk again.
Auto hit flamethrower.
Okay, so
3d4.
3d4.
Yeah.
3,
Okay.
4, 4,
Nice.
11.
Very nice. So, Paprika does like another sort of bombing run, just like sort of Stuka dive bomb mode with this big blast of fire. However, as Paprika then sort of like swoops away, I need you to make a dex save with Paprika for me.
Okay. 9.
9. Okay, so a bird goes smashing into Paprika. Paprika's fine, but Paprika drops Gonk. So Gonk is now in free fall.
No.
Okay.
Where is he? She.
About 40, 50 feet in the air above you.
Okay.
30, 40, call it.
Do I have enough movement to put myself underneath where Gonk is going to
Yes.
be? Okay, I'll use my movement to put myself under Gonk.
Cool.
And what do I have to do to catch Gonk?
Make an acrobatics check for me.
Shall I do that thing when he goes like that, and then I jump up on his hand?
Yeah, you jump up into the air.
Ooh. 24.
Yeah, so you sort of see what's going on. There's just this huge blast of fire. You can even, even as a tiefling, you can feel the heat coming from this now, burning line of gulls. And you see Gonk just drop suddenly because of this, mid-air collision where Paprika sort of, rotates. And as Paprika, is spiraling and manages to come out of it by, maintaining momentum, Gonk is just okay. And there's just that moment where just as Gonk is about to drop into your hands, a bird flies right past your vision, spooking you a bit. But Gonk just sort of catches on to you by themselves, and you're just oh shit, fuck! Just take the momentum out of it, lying on the floor.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'll say that's
rescue
my
Gonk.
action then as well, because
Yeah.
that's. Yeah.
But yeah, to be fair, Gonk did just absolutely fucking Trogdorize how many 11 birds. So each of you will fuck's sake. Okay, 1 slashing damage. I've rolled very low. As again, you're it's dark now. There's such a thick cloud of these that you cannot see the sun anymore. Briley, if you're up.
So what are they doing now? They left the ship and they come in towards the town, are they?
Well, they're still around near the ship, but because you guys came down away from the ship a bit and are in towards the dock, they're just swarming you. They're just all around this warehouse and jetty.
Can't we just leg it? Or drop to the floor?
And draw them back into town.
Yeah.
Get the guards to deal with it. They'll be fine.
Do we? Sorry.
Let's take them to the pleasure palace.
Do we get the sense that they are they're after us, or were they after the boat? Is there any?
Make an insight check.
Okay. Not the most insightful. 16.
It's weird that
That's a
they
duck.
stuck around after. There are no ducks in this sound file.
Not even a mallard.
No, there's stork, pelican,
Coots.
one of those
A
weird
coot. Ones with the little white
machine
thing.
gun bill storks. You know the one?
Yeah.
No, not spoonbill. That's fucking roseate spoonbill.
Spoonbill.
All
Albatross, gull.
All the ducks are busy going
Definitely
after
no ducks.
sitting swamps.
Any swans? Because they're nasty.
Just the one.
Yeah.
They're nasty. Fair. Nice.
Nailed it. But yeah, you do find it odd that they completely eviscerated the captain and the crew,
And they're still.
and are still swarming you.
Okay.
So
We don't notice anything else about the beach. We don't know, not beach, dock. We don't notice anything about the water, the sky.
there's nothing else that
That one
would
laughed.
seem to be able to place. You.
I heard it.
What was it?
That
found something funny.
one laughed. That bird laughed. What are you laughing at,
Because
bird?
they're swarming me now.
There are actual words in it too.
Can I put my... See? Duck. They went...
It's not actually a duck though.
That's a duck, nah.
Nah, it's not quacky enough to be a duck, you know.
It's more like. We're all just sitting there
Rather than
like,
quack,
arguing
quack.
the semantics of bird noise.
Yeah, Briley's just stood there, just like, where's the duck?
Well, I'm a ranger. Why are you arguing with me? That's a duck.
I'm
Fair.
still 50 on 50 on whether Bryleaf has done all this. Like, I'm still like,
Yeah, where there's only one person we know who makes birds swarm.
and kill people.
My birds are cuter than that, guys.
Baxter would probably be assuming the same, actually. Bryleaf, what you doing? What is this?
I'm gonna put. Can I like? What do you do? Is it a bonus action or an action to put my bow away and get my swords out?
You can drop your bow for free.
Yeah.
But I'll say bonus action to.
Can I use a?
stone.
Can I do a bonus
Yeah.
action then? Because
You
this
don't want to
one.
just chuck it on the floor.
Then you.
No.
You
No, what if
still
I
get,
pick it up?
yeah, fly off with it. Like, come back, you fuck.
Start
Birds with
shooting
bows.
us. Yeah.
That pelican's got 50 cattle.
Because they swarming us now, I'm gonna
Yeah.
like change.
So you do still get 2 attacks in your action.
Oh, nat 20.
Nat 20. Okay.
Hey.
Roll. Roll 2d4.
Thank you, Rob. Thank you.
Roll 2d4.
2d4.
Mhm.
4, 8.
Double it. 16.
Nice. 16 boys.
I will say that if you summon the birds, you don't necessarily bloody fucking keep quacking.
Aha!
I love that one at the beginning. It goes. "Wee-wee!" That sounds like a child. Like just among them is just a little kid that got caught up and is being juggled. He's like,
Aw.
help! Just barrel rolling. Yeah, so when you go to like summon down your own birds, instead what happens is that from out of some of the crates in the docks and up from like some of the gutters and stuff, you get a whole host of like just a menagerie of creatures. You've got like roaches and rats. There's a few birds. There's some
And they are
crows.
mine.
Yeah,
Okay.
Nice.
just any sort of creature that you would think would live, you know, sort of just like in a box on a dock. You've got them, but they just seem to be a little bit big. And,
We're about
like,
in the sea. Can a narwhal pop out?
Narwhal.
No,
Yeah, but-
there is one fish desperately trying to get involved.
A flying fish.
Yeah, it's
Like-
just
Okay, if a narwhal shows up, like, what then? You can't, like, poke up at the
it
birds.
just starts like.
Yay!
Just flies out of the water and spears.
Oh, there's also a
Yeah.
stray cat that was just sleeping under a crate on the dock that starts just having the fucking time of his life, jumping and catching birds. But the
Does the cat look alright though?
it's a bit. It's a bit
Bit
like
scrungly.
mangy. Yeah, scrungly. He's a bit of a scrungly dungus, but
And there's
like
one
nothing.
moth just wrecking shit.
But yeah, there's like rats jumping into the air and knocking birds out, and there's like just all these roaches that take flight and coordinate attacking. So instead of adding like extra damage onto a roll, I'm gonna say just roll 2d8.
Boss moth.
Oh, fuck, forgot about boss moth.
Boss moth.
Okay, 8.
8. Okay. Your creatures just start ripping them to bits, creating absolute havoc, just being fucks, honestly. Just like pulling them apart, knocking them out the sky, and like they start teaming up where like the roaches attack the wings and the eyes to like send them to the ground, and then like a cat and a few rats will come over and like pull you in
Can
different
roaches
directions.
fly?
Yeah.
Roaches? They got wings.
Yeah.
Didn't know that. Silly ranger.
Although I didn't
Even the
have
hissing ones.
I didn't
fly.
have roaches on my soundboard, so they just sort of go.
They sound a lot like ducks.
Yeah, that's what it is.
That's
It's
what
not
the duck
ducks at
stands
all.
for.
It's sea roaches.
Seabirds,
I
sea
love that one at
roaches.
the beginning. That fucking.
And the time of his life.
I remember listening to it like 1:30 in the morning, delirious as fuck, going like, "Yeah, this
Yeah,
is it.
yeah.
This is fire." Yeah. So, I will say with that, as you bring up this horde of creatures to fight them off, you do start driving them back out towards the sea as they they're sort of taking too many casualties now. You know, like they're losing the war of attrition. They're being pushed out, so it looks like they're about to flee, but not quite yet. The roaches are doing well, but not, you know. Lenora, you are up next.
Okay.
Oh, gotta get your character sheet back up now. That's how ghetto fabulous this is. We're sharing.
Sharing everything.
Oh, I've gone on your
This
profile.
is real home D&D.
Yeah.
I
Is
like
that
these.
one that I went to shoot?
Yeah,
Elon
still like
about?
barreling towards you at this point. It's
Alright,
like
I'm
on
just
you.
gonna
Another
go for
guiding
that
bolt,
one
is
to
it?
them. Another guy.
Oh, actually, shit. Sorry. Before you take your go, I forgot to. You all take 7 slashing damage.
Oh, why though?
No, we done.
Yes. you
Round
do.
it
No,
down.
we done. Look how amazing I just was, and my creatures.
Yeah. Well, not quite amazing enough. Because
so
you
glad I
all
raged.
take Quite a bit of, you know, they are now going for your eyes and your throats. You know, they are honing in.
Oh, I can't do it.
They're
You're just gonna have to
learning.
keep track of your health then.
Did you know you can do that? Change how much it damages you by.
No, I know. I keep forgetting.
I'm gonna win with guiding bolt again. Then.
I just saw you pressing the one over
You're
and
gonna
over.
blast this motherfucker for the last
You
one.
really?
13.
Hits.
You can type it
Yeah,
as
so
well.
after the first barrel roll, like, you're worried that it's going to reach you in time, but you manage to get the spell off,
Oh,
and
I
as you
knew
launch
about
it,
it.
it just hits this one. If you roll a d4 as well.
Oh yeah.
They're all making fun of me.
2. Two.
2. Yeah, so you hit that one bird, like, well, I say the one bird, it technically is 2 birds that have amalgamated, but you hit it, like, square in this chest mouth, and launch it through another bird, and the second bird that it hits just goes poof, into a ball of feathers and hair.
Nice.
So yeah, you just blast 2 of them out the sky. And then, what's the
12.
ragdoll up to?
That's you got a +3 on, +3 to hit on that. I'm just jump back to my character sheet.
Oh right. 8.
Total? For the
Yeah.
spiritual weapon.
Yeah.
Okay, that does hit 1, but just 1. So after it sort of smushed the first 2 together, it just turns around and just outright punches one straight in the mouth. It just falls to the ground and starts twitching. Clearly it broke his neck or something, but it is down and out. But
Nice.
yep, that is 1. And they are now in almost like a full retreat mode. They're panicking. So Bax, you're up and you've got a couple of seconds left to get some more
To get
kills.
some in. Okay. I will bonus action first and let off another lightning.
Yep, cool.
Is that auto hitting again?
Yeah.
Cool. And what did we do for it?
3, 2. What did I say? Was it 2 or 3d4? I think it was 3d4. Because it's like a
3d4.
big blast around you. Or was it 2? I think it was 2.
It must
because
have
I
been
think-
2 because I've only got 2 on
Yeah,
me.
I think it was 3 for. Yeah, it was 3 for the flamethrower, 2 for the lightning.
Cool. What we got? 5.
Cool. So yeah, some more fried seabirds.
Fried seabirds. I'll let that
That's
off
my
as
nickname.
I'm swinging the hammer up.
Yeah.
And I'm
I
gonna
think,
go
some
for.
of it even starts sparking through the metal bits on the hammer and are branching out, zapping extra ones and sort of clipping a wing, and they start rolling to the ground, and you just kick them into the sea and start swinging.
Nice. Let's go. Reckless again. Why not?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that was a nice roll. Does a 27 hit?
Holy shit! Yeah. Those are some dead birds.
Is that 2d4 plus 2?
Yeah.
What we got?
That's
6.
6 more.
And
None of them brought your attention to that one at the start. Everyone keeps hearing it, didn't they?
and a 24.
20, Jesus.
Avoided a natural 1 there. Thank you, Reckless. For another 6.
Yeah, you blast a few of them with lightning. They start bursting into flames. You just keep swinging it round. There's just almost like a infinity motion with a hammer. Where you're just clipping them out of the sky, left, right, and
Nice.
center. They just drop. It is just littered around you now. You just stood upon a minefield of dead birds. Everyone else is skewered a few of them. Paprika and Gonk roasted a bunch that all fell into the sea. But just off the gangplank, there's a perfect circle of mostly roasted and flattened birds.
Fantastic.
And yeah, they take off into the last remaining. I would say few. There was hundreds to start. Sorry, I'm gonna have to do the very non-seamless
Disconnected.
And
It's gonna be like, come back, you fucking cowards! It's like swinging into the air.
The birds are like, "We're death."
That's what the birds said
Did
when
you
they
throw the
decided
hammer
to
at
tap
any
out.
point?
I didn't.
No,
No.
Baxter, you can throw it now.
I'm just gonna like swing around, you know,
Yeah.
like proper hammer throw, Highland
Yeah.
Games style, and then launch it.
And then the hammer goes disconnected.
And see if I can get any,
Just
see if I can get it
drops.
through the crowd. I mean, it's a mall. It doesn't technically have the throne property, but it's up
you're a
to
raging
you.
barbarian. I'll let that
Yeah,
slide.
nice.
Also, I just love the idea that you throw it so far that your like enchantment doesn't work, and in your brain it goes, "Hammer disconnected successfully," and you're like, "How do I tell him?"
Shit.
And you're like clicking your fingers,
into
it's
the
just in the
sea.
sea. You're like, "Scarius is broken."
And then it hits me in the back of the head.
Can I try and clip some more with that if we're out of
fuck it.
initiative?
Go on.
Right.
Yeah, just for funsies.
Another reckless. Let's go. 16.
Yeah. You just sort of like hurl this hammer up into the sky.
For
And
an-
it's got like a full on like just boom 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 boom, and they're like stacking up on the front, and it's just getting wider and wider, and it just goes plummeting into the sea, like
it
drowning
goes
them
it
all.
goes long enough that I'm like,
Oh. Just dripping with blood and seawater.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. They take off into the sea, and then all at once there's a like almost like a shockwave that goes through them, where they all just drop to the sea. They don't dive; they all just collapse and drop into the sea. And now, like just maybe 100 feet out, there's just
out of range of Briarleaf.
yeah, there's just a huge floating pontoon of corpses.
Did I do that? Was that this? Shit, I didn't know you could do that. That wasn't me, was it?
I don't know.
And put it down. What the fuck was that about?
Did you do that?
Me? You sure it wasn't your god?
I don't know. What?
That is pretty chaotic.
I mean, that's not chaotic. That's like murder.
Moida.
Moida. That's moida.
There's Moida.
Also, hello everyone. Hi. And
Hello.
Baxter, I don't believe we've met.
Oh, tea lady, right?
Yes.
Cool.
Okay.
You got a very, very brief
Very,
encounter.
very
of
briefly.
Yeah.
Very brief.
You fucked off as Bax rocked
Yeah.
up.
Yeah. Yes. Hi. I didn't know it wasn't me.
She's just gonna go for a fist bump.
Yeah, I'll do like one of those awkward side hugs, because obviously we're covered
Yeah.
in bird guts and stuff, and I'm like, nice to see you again.
Lilith is stood there, tits out, seething, daggers covered in blood, like her face and chest all just soaked in blood. She's like,
She did manage to
I
get
have
fully
had a
dressed.
shit day. And then she just like pulls like the corset thing out from like the bag that she was carrying, and was just like, don't even look at me.
That was like a really messed up version of what you do.
That wasn't me.
They were after us, right? They didn't stop.
They killed them first, but yeah, it seems
You point and you realise he's sort of pointing at like gelatinous messes on the floor and just like piles of bones and stuff. Like some of these guys were like stripped down to the bone.
I'll go and check if there's anyone still alive on board.
Okay, bear
I
in
was-
mind
I was-
it is now like it has bottomed out on the dock, so like the actual deck is only just above the water now.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh.
It got that messed up.
Oh yeah, they were like blasting holes through the sides as they were flying back out into the air. Like they were blasting through the wood.
How many thousand mending cantrips would that take?
Take a while.
I was gonna say I got mended as well.
4,000.
4,000.
I'm gonna look over at Lilith, who's clearly annoyed, and be like, Lilith, I know what's gonna cheer you up. Do you want to go see if we can loot the boat? See if anyone had any gold on him?
Fuck it, I'll go for the goblin first. And she goes like onto the ship. She looks at this goblin. She's like, "What? Where is he?"
We can
And then
pick.
she like
we can pick
notices
through.
like one of the buttons that was on his collar and is like just in a pile of blood. She's like, "Oh, did they take the gold? Did the birds need gold?"
I doubt it. There's gonna be some good shit.
Nothing left.
Surely there's gonna be. They weren't here for murder birds coming for gold. I don't know. I don't see
Those
it.
birds were so messed up that I wouldn't make any assumptions.
They gotta have like
perhaps
a.
they need gold.
They're in the pub now.
They gotta have like a chest of plunder or something under the deck, right?
You know those chests that we couldn't open? Are they open now?
Oh, those boxes.
Yeah.
Oh, the big weird metal ones.
Yeah, the ones that we
were
felt like, was it like a cold energy or something like that?
Yeah, but not
I don't know if
physically
it
like
it
ice
was
magic,
just
but just like a hollow, cold.
felt cold.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Energy. Like I said.
Yeah, no, but not. I'm
NOGs.
specifying not because in D&D there's a cold damage type, so I'm specifying it's not that.
When I was below deck earlier on, did I notice any chests or anything they had down there?
Not necessarily chests, but you did see crates that you were told had people in it that are still down there.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
As I have that realization, I'm gonna run for
Yeah.
the stairs, and I'm guessing that's water now.
Yeah.
I'm like throwing the hammer behind me and diving in. I'm
Cool.
gonna see if I can.
Yep. So what's your con modifier?
So it is pretty good. It's +4.
Okay, so what's that? 5 minutes underwater? 'Cause
Yeah.
it's 1 plus.
One
con.
plus your con, I
Yeah.
think.
So as the fact that there's nothing necessarily like holding you under there or trapping you or anything. It's just like an open room ship. Don't get me wrong. There's a few like corpses and bits and birds floating around, but nothing that would lock you down. So you do go in and start like trying to pry open some of these crates, and the ones you do get open, there were definitely people inside.
Anyone still alive?
Is it frozen?
No.
Oh, you just showed it when he held it up. It looked like a picture. None that you can immediately find. Some of them were even like some of the creatures got into these crates.
Nasty.
So
That most people have drowned, I'm
One of the
guessing.
earlier ones you pull the front off, and you can see right through the back of it, and there's just like giblets floating around it.
Oh.
Yeah, so no one that was in boxes under the deck survived, from what you can see. However, make an investigation check.
Okay. That's sad. 8.
Okay, so like you check the crates, you come back up for a bit of air just to make sure that you're not in trouble. Let everyone know. Go back under. With an 8, you do find the sort of loot chest, shall we say, behind where the goblin captain was sitting on that like sort of makeshift throne. It is locked, but you can try and do whatever.
I'll try and pull it back up to deck.
Okay. Make a athletics with advantage, just because you're in the water. So even though it's slowing you down, it's lifting things underwater is considerably easier.
25.
Fuck yeah, you just one arm that son of a bitch. It's like
You rolls, man.
sort of like Chad Musker, the boombox. You just like hoist
Nice.
her over your shoulder and you just like swim in with the other hand, just quite casually, honestly. Yeah, you hoist her up onto deck, and Lilith cracks her fingers and just has like this shit-eating grin.
I gotta push out and be like, there you go. See?
Let me
Everything's
get a
fine.
stat sheet up. Have you got a stat sheet there?
I've only got like the overview.
Oh, okay.
So it gives me hit points, passive perception, passive investigation, insight, and armor class.
I'll find it. Collection.
Which I wish they'd put this view on desktop. So you can just see. Look at that. That's great. Why don't they have that on desktop D&D Beyond? It's great.
Sexy. Come on. I like how even with your gigabit internet, D&D Beyond is like, I'm just going to take forever. There's
Yeah.
nothing you can do about it. Fuck
Yeah.
you.
That's D&D Beyond.
Useful, but slow.
You got the perfect
I've been called useful,
warlock.
but slow.
Weapons and supplies.
Did you
I have to refrain trying
Yeah,
so
no.
hard not to carry on this on.
Yeah.
Bax, did you relay back to us that there was people on the ship.
Yeah, I would have.
Holy shit!
When I
That's got
popped
a
my head
+10
up,
to a sleight of
I
hand.
would have said,
Wow.
yeah, there were people down there, and then just like kind of shaking his head and then gone back
Okay.
down.
Dirty 20 on the lock picking attempt by Lilith. She just like the little hair clip that Herald gave her. She's just like, I wonder if this is gonna be loud for him. Just like
Oh yeah.
sort of point of her blade and the hairpin, just like ting, pops it open, and there are
Oh. There's an alarm.
time to take your pills. That's the only time I have alarms on in the evenings. Yeah, so there is a set of sort of goblin-sized captain's finery. A bit soggy, but
Okay.
still good quality, very good quality. There's a few little...
What's that address?
Like clothes.
Yeah, clothes, not specifically a dress.
It could
You
be.
might have a
but yeah.
dress.
I meant clothes. I don't know why I said dress.
Yeah, there's a pouch of 25 gold.
Cool.
So 5 each, and just sort of personal effects of a captain. So there's like a spyglass, a compass, what do they call it? The sextant.
Yeah.
Nice.
There's some almost like it looks gold like for immediately it's like that's not real gold, but it's like little chains, but sort of as if it was used in the crafting of jewelry without actually
okay.
having been turned into jewelry then.
Like the spools of chain you get in B&Q.
Yeah, but just like really fine, and a half drunk bottle of some sort of golden brown alcohol.
Okay.
Let's just uncorks it, gives it a whiff. It's like, whew.
Yeah, Dylan, you can have that. That's fine.
Can I have the compass?
And she's like, that's not rum. I was expecting rum. But she's like, what's that? Gives it to you.
I smell it.
Yeah. It seems to be more like a crossbreed between a whiskey and a brandy.
Oh, okay. I can get behind that.
It's okay. It's just not necessarily a taste.
It's like homebrewed.
Yeah,
Probably, or ship brewed
nicked from
even.
an island somewhere, you know.
Yeah, I'll pass you the compass.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, the tunes.
Oh, yeah. Pocket Bard.
Spooky
To be fair,
silence.
the D&D Beyond kills Pocket Bard like it's funny. I don't know why.
D&D Beyond kills Pocket Bard like Bax kills birds.
Effectively and with lightning. Let's go with that one. That's a nice pleasant one. Ooh, shit, a brick.
If that fight went on for much longer, I was just going to park myself in the middle and cast Thunderwave.
Oh god,
Tasty.
just blast a bunch of birds into the atmosphere. There we go. Bit of mucus. Yeah, but
Can we see any like onlookers from?
yeah, there's a few dock workers that were rather intrigued by the whole thing.
Oh
Just
yeah. Like, are there people
To
standing
be fair,
around?
you were at a very quiet dock. Like, they clearly use this to smuggle people, so there's not like that many people around. It is right down the sort of south westerly side of the dock, so the complete opposite side to it. Scaris blew his face off. So there's not many
Good
people,
times.
but even then, like down this part of the dock, just because it sort of bleeds into the lower city a bit. Almost, it's like right on the edge of the lower city. Like the wall is not all that far away from you, but like the dock extends along past the wall. Then obviously where the wall meets the end of the land, the dock comes around it. So there's still a guard post, but for the most part, it's best not to ask questions around here, especially when a horde of eldritch birds comes, you know, scrabbling through and sinking ships. So.
Was there anything like? Would we notice anything special about that ship, or was it just one of the?
No.
bog
As in,
standard.
Yeah, bog standard, like trying to go undetected sort of ships, just not bringing any attention to itself.
Do we think this
no
was
markings of any sort.
cult related? Maybe. If they know we're looking into them, maybe I don't know. Can they summon
Possibly.
murder birds? Or
Well, we know someone who can summon murder birds, so it's like
yeah, it's possible.
it's
right?
possible.
Hold on, you're looking into cults. I'm so behind on everything. What have you been up to since I've seen you last?
Oh,
Liv,
A
it's
lot.
Like, we committed crimes. We blew a guy's leg off.
And we're looking into a cult too.
they blew a guy's leg off.
Hey.
It was basically all backs. So
I would say that the explosion is actually what blew the guy's leg off. Not me or Lilith.
Yeah, and who made the explosion? You.
The whiskey.
So
She's like, I'm trying to get out of it. You can't get out of it.
you know, looking into this cult to, join the cult? You just
Oh no to
oh.
stop the cult, to stop it, right? Not
Yeah.
to join it. Okay, right, to
right.
stop the cult. But we I don't know. We keep hitting dead ends. It's a whole thing. They murdered the master of ceremonies for the festival.
Oh.
So yeah, it's kind of a big deal, and they wanted to murder Kezra too.
So they're more of a kill other people rather than kill people in the cult kind of cult.
They could also be killing people in the cult. We don't know. We know next to nothing about this cult.
Maybe if we wait them out, they'll just kill each other.
Maybe.
The cults are the ones with the weird tattoos,
Yeah,
and
the spindly.
Not
You seen anyone
necessarily
with
the
the
squash spider tattoo.
weird
Yeah.
tattoos, kind of like weird, like spindly, kind of thorny, spidery thing?
Now that I've noticed, I don't really take much notice of people's tattoos.
Okay, fair enough.
You're not one for tattoos.
Well, no.
I haven't got any.
I mean, you wouldn't put a tattoo on your best card, but now would you? So, just, what's a tattoo? A carving in your cart. You wouldn't put, your child's name on the cart or something.
But
or,
what about like
I
like
roses.
like flames
I
on the
carved
side?
my name
That would
in
be pretty
literally
cool.
everything I
Yes.
make.
What's that?
I
Sorry?
carved my name in literally everything I make.
Well, yes, that's a little bit different, but
I mean, if I had a cart, then flames on the side, I think would make it look infinitely cooler. But that's just me.
like your favorite bard or something on your cart. Maybe.
I think you're inventing branding.
Well,
Have you ever considered making the music box with flames on it? Just think about it, because imagine.
It would have to play some sort of uninvented genre of music.
Just something fast, with some energy.
Yeah,
Yeah. Think about it. I'd buy that,
polka.
probably.
Hardcore.
Surfing it up.
Dungeons and Dragons Force.
Fuck.
Oh no. Why
So-
are we like this?
Murder birds, murder cult.
Oh, there was a freaky owl.
What else was there? Oh yeah, there was a weird owl.
We were grave digging because of flowers, and there was an owl.
And there was also a raven or a crow as well, Grizzlebeak. He was pretty cool. He was weird too. In fact, there's been a lot of weird birds actually. Actually, yeah, that's becoming a bit of a theme.
I'm not even sure we could consider what just happened birds, honestly. Did you see them? They were minging.
Hey, they had wings. They was birds.
They had the wings, they was birds.
What else was there if not birds?
And
If no bird, then why wing?
If no bird, then why wing?
and with all of these weird things happening, I would blame the town, but this stuff happened to us on the ship as well.
They got so many people.
I think it's
here
us.
for this festival. You get so many people in one place. There's bound to be some weirdos in the mix.
Yeah, look at us.
I've been to festivals. I've never seen cosmic horrors before. So, I don't know if it's just a massive people thing.
Yeah, it's a new one for me too. I've seen some pretty fucking weird, shady in my time, but not like this.
I mean, it's like, you know, if you roll a dice enough times, it's gonna land on the one at some point.
And I
It's
think
the
that
same sort of thing.
I think that we're kind
right?
of stuck with that.
I'll keep a straight face.
Yeah, our luck has been pretty shit. I need to get this blood off my tits.
Okay, shall we all jump in the sea?
No.
No.
Lilith looks over and she goes, "There's a lot of dead birds in their backs."
Yeah, the sea's pretty big though. It's gonna kind of
She just turns around and goes, "Why don't we just go up that side of the dock?"
Okay.
Because like you guys are on like a jetty,
Mm.
and you're all like looking over the ship side where it's like all this dead.
I'm
shit.
guessing we're all just covered in.
Oh yeah,
viscera
you're like
as well.
just slimed and cuts and bruised and like you took an absolute hammering. That was like sort of could well have been like a death by 1,000 cuts situation. There's like scratches on your cheeks and like there's clumps of hair that are all like puffed up where like a little like creepy hand came and was like.
Okay.
My tail is probably really like, do you know, like when it's really wet and
Matted and
slimy.
gross.
Yeah.
Yeah, should we go?
I hate to say it, but pub.
Is so? Do you know the other side? Like it's clear though, yeah.
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 now.
Should we just all go and?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Wash
like
ourselves
as you
off.
say that,
I'm gonna-
just start sprinting along the dock, leaving the hammer behind, and just cannonball into the sea.
I'm gonna look to see if there are any crates left undamaged, just in case there's people in them.
Under the water or in the
Literally, I look around.
Okay,
I'll survey the
yeah,
area. If there's
so
anyone in
there's
the
a
water,
couple more
I
that
will
they took
jump
off
in.
after.
Okay.
2 more of them have got the steel boxes, and there are 4 that you crack another 4 people out of.
Awesome,
Oh,
nice.
well, I like them. Glad you thought of that.
But yeah, there's at least a dozen of these steel casings with
Cool.
like no sound coming from them, but like it is thick steel. Meanwhile, everyone's just sort of like up to their neck in the.
Does
Yeah,
anyone have
dark.
anything that could use to open it?
Did I cast Identify on the metal?
I think you cast detect magic, because that's where you got the cold feeling from.
Oh yeah, I'll cast Identify. It'll take 10 minutes.
Okay.
Ritual cast.
Yeah, everyone's sort of just like chilling in the dock water. Every now and again, like where you guys are sort of on the end of this jetty, there's like a bird that just gets like washed out and then back in. So it's like every now and again, like,
I'm gonna like say to Scaris, you need to clean Gonk, and you need to clean Paprika.
yeah, Paprika's gunged.
Okay. And I just sort of, oh, they would
There's
have
a couple of little bits of
They would have
copper.
taken damage as well, wouldn't
Yeah, a
they?
couple
I
of
cast
yeah.
mending a few
Yeah,
times.
so there was a couple of bits of copper that were like bent in a little, and
Yeah.
you know, like they were in good enough shape to work, but it was just like one of the wings of Paprika was just ever like the sort of towel on the end was ever so slightly like
Oh.
just where she like collided with it in midair. He collided with it.
Mm.
Gonk's a she, Paprika's a he.
Hmm.
Got it. But yeah, when you cast Identify, there is a sort of anti-magic and like anti-sensory field.
Right.
So like no sound can get in or out, no light can get in or out, but as well as anti-magic on these cages. These like steel casings.
That probably explains why I couldn't get Detect Magic to work really on this thing.
Yeah, you can detect there's anti-magic,
Yeah.
obviously, but it's not stopping you doing it. It seems to be directed inwards.
Yeah.
Didn't you have a crowbar?
I think I
Bar of
do,
Crow.
but I am in the sea.
Boy vibing.
I don't have a crowbar. I must have given it to someone because I think I did.
I think you gave it
I'm
to
sure she had a
Skyrim to
crowbar.
crack them open, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I did. Yeah.
I've still got it.
I threw it to you off the ship.
But you said that there's no seams, didn't you?
Ah,
Looks like it's been
welded.
riveted or welded, but not like rivets where you could like punch them back out necessarily. It's just like perhaps some sort of internal mechanism. However this thing was put together, it has become seamless.
It's just a companion cube.
Is it like that thing in those videos where they put that foil ball in the microwave and then it comes out smooth? I know they don't actually put it in the microwave.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah,
Don't do that at home,
disclaimer, don't
folks.
do
It
that.
doesn't work.
Don't do that.
I know which ones you mean, where they try and trick people, but yeah, where they've polished.
Yeah.
It is
With a little jeweler's hammer.
somewhat polished metal, but it would be a low grit. It's still a bit scratchy, you know. But it is just one. It's sort of like
And it's really heavy.
it's a big steel block with
We need men.
like a
We need strong men.
what's it called?
Or strong women.
Almost like an outer face.
It's not me.
On the cube with like a slightly indented inner face, so like well, sort of like the rim of the mirror,
Like a
almost.
bezel.
Yeah,
Bevel.
I
no embezzling, please.
I get out my smith's tools and just find a punch and one of my hammers, and I just try my hardest to just see if I can get a dent in this thing.
Okay, make a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh. Okay.
Ooh.
That's a something. I'm not very wise. 8.
You take 22 points of force damage as you get
Force
blasted.
damage?
Yep, blasted off the jetty into the sea with all the dead birds.
Jeez.
You go flying.
Okay.
There's just that moment you're like lining up. You're like, I think I found a seam. Ding. There's just like a slight comedic delay, and you just go flying. Like you were sort of hanging out nearby. You can just about hear like a muffled, boom, and then just see this red guy in a suit go like tumbling backwards into the. You just hear a splash opposite.
I float in the sea on my back for a second, and I think,
It's just like dead birds all like pressing in on you.
but I'm like, why is it always me?
You've got to detect traps, haven't you?
Yeah.
Technically, that wasn't like. I mean,
Yeah, I've got detect traps, like built in, and I didn't use it.
again.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
I've already had an eye
Yeah.
blown out, and now I'm floating in filth. It's a bad week.
Hearing that, I'll probably like swim back to the dock and
Left
like
goes,
clamber.
Vascarius.
I just want to know what is going on. Like clamber back up and just look.
Baxter,
She's like, did he do anything stupid?
Yeah, I'm gonna guess yes. He probably fucked with something he shouldn't have fucked with. I'm just gonna go over
I
to
got a
the
bang.
edge and like look down at Scarius floating in the sea.
Yeah, you get it. He's just spread eagled. There's just all these like things they basically crowded around him, and every now and again one just like floats, and it's just like
You okay, buddy? What
there's
happened?
Just no response, no reaction. Just birds pinging off him.
you know you kicked that rock.
Yeah.
Don't kick the box.
Okay. Noted. I'll walk over and take a look at the box.
I thought you were going, I'm gonna walk over and punt the box. Yeah, there is not a single bit of damage on it, but
Not even from the punch or anything.
not even from the punch.
Is there a person in this?
It could be. I start climbing back up. I've wallowed in my misery for like 25 seconds,
And dead birds.
and then yeah.
Can I lift it? Is it?
Make a strength check. Because it took quite. You did see it took quite a few of the guys to move some of these crates.
10.
10.
Yeah.
You
was a bad
get
one.
it to like sort of like do this. Like you can just about lift it, but you can't get your arms around her enough. You can't get like a purchase on it to really lift it.
Can I get it? Like once I get it up a little, can I get hands underneath and see if it's possible with another person on the other end to help?
Yeah,
If
yeah.
that, do I kind of get a gauge that I probably
You
could?
think like if I'm this side
Going back to
and we get our 2 other strongest party members on the other side, we could probably carry this between us.
Okay.
Like, it took 4 or 5 of the crewmates to do it, but like some of the guys lugging the cargo were built. Like, not necessarily like huge, but just really
Popeye.
lean muscles and, you know, like fit.
Okay. Hold it there.
Fit in the fitness sense, not fit as in hot.
Fair.
Clarify.
Layer.
I'm gonna.
Some of them were.
They're all fucking uggos, just to clarify, because now they're in bits.
I'm gonna have a look around and see if there's like a flatback wagon around. Like, does anyone on the dock have one for like taking cargo out of the docks or anything like that?
Okay, yeah, so there's definitely some around, like, not necessarily this particular jetty and dock section, but like further away, there's definitely some that are being loaded to take stuff into the city. So, yeah, funny enough, you bump into Owain Ag, known as Copper Skull, the brass dragon that was Skyris' first opponent in the mud wrestling.
Ah.
He goes, why have I got a weird feeling that I've seen you before? I remember your face.
You mud wrestling, right?
Oh,
Mud
yes,
wrestling?
yes.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right,
Ah, cool.
Who won that in the end, by the way?
Um,
Because I had to go back to work.
that was my friend.
Which one? Oh, don't tell me it was the fucker that beat me. That would be really embarrassing.
Was it? Who fought him? It was Scarius
Scarius.
and just Scarius.
Just
was it?
Scarius.
Yeah.
Scarius beat
Oh yeah,
the
because it was the
I'm
first
the one
round.
that knocked him
Obviously. Oh no, it was you, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, it was the foxy one.
Oh, thanks.
He's like, oh, well, I didn't stand a bloody chance then, did I? If the one who beat me didn't beat her. Anyway, who can I help you with?
So I'm looking for like a wagon, like with a flat back. Just I gotta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he just sort of like points over, and there's like a few of them that have got a couple of boxes, like something like that.
Yeah, like one of those. You like
To keep or to rent?
probably just rent, honestly.
Well, I can get you one for 3 silver for
Ah,
a
yeah.
couple of hours.
Yeah, cool. That'll do.
Yeah. So
We just gotta transport something. It's a little bit heavy, and
and he's like, are you going to be pulling it yourself, or do you want something to pull it for you?
I could probably pull it.
All right. He goes off and he comes back, and he's got a some sort of mule to help move it to you, and he hitches the mule, takes it back. And he's like, I'll be back in a few hours.
I'm gonna
Shall
look
do.
back and be like, we could have had a mule. We could
don't
have had a
need
donkey.
mule. I got this.
How long of a walk in terms of time is it back to the goblin?
Unladen,
What does that mean?
without pulling
Without
carts.
cargo.
Probably 10-ish minutes, depending on how busy
okay.
the streets are.
So it's not going to take us.
No, it's not going to take you forever. Like 20 minutes maybe, just because you have to wait for like crowds to clear as you're pulling through.
Did the goblin have like a stable or a barn or anything like that?
Not that you saw. There was an alley behind it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And there was definitely some nasty bogs outside.
It's fine. We're tight with the goblins, so they'll store it for us. It'll be fine. It'll be
It's
okay.
like, I'm not fucking lifting those. I've already put my back out once today.
It's okay. That's fine. You
He turns to Briley and just goes, "Dance move went a bit wrong."
look. Sit up front. We got this.
She's like, "I'm not going anywhere fucking near it. I'm walking to the goblin. I will see you there." She just sort of like walks on ahead.
Cool.
Like, she's still got that bottle, and even though she didn't like it, she's like, "Ugh."
She'll be fine.
I'll help you push it.
You can see her like throw in the bag of coins she made earlier, and then just like tuck it.
Like if you grab the what's it called, the yoke.
Yeah.
Yeah, grab the yoke, and then I'll go behind and push.
Yeah, there's just that moment you sort of want to see how strong he is, where it's like you lift it, he starts like pushing with all his might, and you're just like as before you start going. But yeah, you guys take like 20 minutes to get back to the goblin, lugging. How many of the crates are you taking actually?
Ooh, can we fit more than one on this wagon?
You could easily fit 2, like one front, one back, and
How
maybe
many are
balance a
there?
third on top.
How many
How many
there?
are
Can
there?
we lift
There's
that
over
many?
a dozen.
Let's take two.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so between you all, it takes sort of 8 to 10 minutes per crate to even get it up, because like this is one of those ones where like it can tip on just the one wheel because it's just like 2 wheels on a flat bed.
Yeah.
So as it tips forward, you like manage to slide it up, and the only thing is, as that comes down, when you bring the other one, you have to do this stupid seesaw maneuver.
You're
where
like,
yeah, it's like a game puzzle where it's like, right, if we move this one like halfway, and then we push this down, and then we push this one on, and then it might do that thing, and then like there's just a moment where Scarus is like standing on one end, and he's like jumping with all his might to try and like press it down. He's like, it's not fucking moving, and then the crate shifts, and it's just like whoop, it drops. But yeah, after a bit of a kerfuffle, you do get the 2 crates on, or 2 of the 12 to 14 crates that you can see.
Cool.
And because there is 2 crates, it does take a little bit longer to pull them back, but not by much. It's like 25 minutes.
Are they all identical as well? They all look the same.
Yeah. Unmarked crates, all of the same size, all of the metal boxes within a like identical. The only difference is just like how they're sanded, maybe to like smooth them out. Some of them are a bit rougher.
Okay.
But yeah, you get back to the goblin, and you can already hear like Roz inside. Just it's already chaos. There is a hitching post outside next to the bogs, so if you don't want anyone to steal it, there is one. But I don't recommend going near them.
I'm gonna.
One of them's still out of order from the first day of the week.
Shall we pop in? Somebody stay with us. One of us go inside. We'll ask if we can put it like in the kitchens or something. I'm sure the little
Sure.
one's gonna be like, yeah, that's cool.
Who's behind the bar first?
Yeah.
I keep forgetting which is which. It's the
Shrimp is the kid.
Shrimp's the kid.
Shrimp is the dad.
yeah, shrimp will be
Shrimp
cool.
is
with
the
it,
little
right?
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be
Remember.
cool.
Yeah.
Scrimp is constantly kicking off. Like he's got 2 modes: sleep and kicking off.
He hasn't got 1 foot in the grave. Man is sitting in there wallowing in filth.
He's throwing dirt clods out.
Get away from my fucking grave, dickhead!
Who is behind the bar?
Shrimp.
Okay.
The younger one.
Cool.
He looks a little hungover.
I'm gonna like, hey,
Oh, hey, bud, what's up?
kind of go over.
And he's like, your friend here, and he like gestures at Lilith, who is like already like deep into a pint of ale, like cheering on Roz, who's dancing on a table. And he's like, can you? It's exciting the Borises.
Oh, sure. I'll see to that. It's cool. Right. How are you doing? You okay? Having a good day?
I got a headache from hell, dude.
You know what you need. You know what
it's
you
Party
need.
Central this week.
It's hair of the dog. You need
Yeah.
you need another. Hey, let me. Yo, there you go. I'll pass him like a silver coin.
Cheers, dude.
Be like, but
Can't be hungover if you're drunk, right?
that's right. That's
like-
right.
Also, I know I asked you earlier about that thing that happened with my dad, but it's still fucking... It's getting to me. Like, I've never heard him so scared of anything in his life. Like, I've only ever known that man to be furious.
Was this
Yeah,
the
furious.
floating towel thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was genuinely scared. He's gone for a lie down.
He has had a something that you call a mental breakdown, I think. So, he'll be okay. He probably just needs Hey, can we have a favor by any chance?
It depends what it is.
We got something out the front, and we need to keep it somewhere safe until we can figure out what it is and how to open it up.
How big is it?
It's like it's kind of like.
Yeah, it's straight like 4.5 feet by 4.5 feet.
I'll under.
Yeah.
I like what's the opposite of exaggerate?
That. Exaggerate.
Yeah. I'll be like, yeah, it's just like. And there's like 2, like kind of like this.
I mean, could you not put them in the alley behind, or like?
We would rather them be somewhere a little more secure.
I suppose we can put them in the storeroom.
That's what I was
the back
hoping.
kitchen.
That's what I was hoping for.
He's like, take them around the back through the alley. The Borises will let you in.
Cool. Hey, you're a good guy. Hang in there. Just like
He's like,
the
yeah,
back out.
thanks, dude. You fret. Oh, fuck. He just looks back up at Roz, who's now like starting to strip, and Lilith is like, Roz, no, stop.
Okay, we're good.
Be right back.
Oh. He just like, I saw just a finger, like, Sorry, I don't.
I don't have my notes.
Oh.
I see.
Okay, in that case then, you go back outside and let everyone know, and you sort of like head to the alley. Shrimp is there with the Borises, who like each of them sort of like get behind a crate and start like pushing, like this not move very well.
Hey, look, come on, look.
And he's like, wait, smoke break. No, we push. He starts pushing again, and the Shrimp is like, these guys won't stop smoking. Like, I know I said I was going to open up like a smoker's lounge, but these guys could smoke me under a table.
I think you might have to now.
Yeah,
But they make a mean soup, right?
it's pretty good. They do a good chowder. Chowder!
Shout out.
We had some woman come in while you guys were out who just like fucking inhaled a bowl of soup and then disappeared. It was real strange. Anyway, and the bosses are like pushing her in, and they manage to like get into this storeroom. And as they go to close the door, it's just
Fancy.
big enough where the door goes like boom, it bounces off and starts wiggling. And the Shrimp is like, he turns to you and goes, "You lied. Those are bigger than I thought they were."
I am not very good with
Numbers?
dimensions.
Oh yeah, what you said.
Yeah.
One of
That
the
woman who
bosses-
came in, did she have cats with her?
She was with like her son or something, and like I think it was a dog, quite a bald one.
Yeah, that was Francine.
Oh, that's what she said. I couldn't hear her over the soup.
Mm.
Apparently the Borises knew her.
Mm.
I
Oh,
don't know.
yeah, we rescued her. She was
Stuck.
stuck.
Well, like in a railing or
Like in a
In the
room,
box.
in a room.
Just stuck.
in a box in a room.
Yeah.
With the Borises?
Yeah.
They weren't stuck.
No, they were there, but they were okay.
What?
I feel like I'm talking too much. I'm just gonna like walk back into the
Yeah,
alley.
you just sort of like walk out. One of the Borises is still trying to close the door and it's like bouncing off, and he's like, "Yep, not close. Why not close? Box too big. Not problem." Just walks away. It's like the room is like no thick, like your eyes are burning with like the smoke. And then from the front you can just hear, "Ross, put it back on." And you just Shrimp is like, "I'm gonna go the way of my dad. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna have an aneurysm." I'm gonna have a break, shall we? Cool. Oh, the camera's up there. Keep looking there. We will be back shortly. Hello, welcome back.
Hello.
Before the break, the party was assaulted by some avian horrors, which were destroyed. And what is
None
happening?
left.
Oh, is it not?
My dickhead, I'm introducing the second half. Shut up. I'll spike you.
Could you imagine now in like Critical Role, just like some sound guys like,
Oh, sweet
Very
time.
sweet.
Can I have a sweet?
"It's on the street." It's like,
No, fuck off.
I'm in the stream. What do it?
No, he has the power.
"Sorry, Matt, can I have some sweets?"
Okay, we killed some birds, we moved some crates, nothing else really happened, let's go.
silly
yeah,
hours,
so
isn't it?
the crates are in
Silly
the back
hours.
room, they're stored. Roz is kicking up a fuss, she's had a few too much to drink. You guys are back in the alley, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
It is probably about 12:30.
I lean my head in through the door and I'm like, "Scrimp, do you have a washroom?"
Scrimp or shrimp?
Shrimp.
Right. I mean, we got it. And he just sort of like points at this like sink with like a sort of pump and a bucket next to it.
I just like gesture to myself. I'm like,
What the fuck did you do?
You should have washed in the sea, man. There was the
I
rest
did.
of the
Don't wash
sea
in
was.
semen.
I went in the sea, but I went in where they were.
What even
Gross.
is? What is that smell?
You don't want to ask. You don't want to know. It's just it's.
Boris is like, I smoke a lot of weird shit in time. Does not make me smell that way. You smell gross.
It's a miscellaneous viscera.
I've not smoked that strain.
Does
Would you like some
seabirds.
cheetah piss?
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's bad. That's bad. Never mind.
It's real fucking strong. It's like really like acrid. It just like fills your entire nasal system immediately.
No,
Like,
no, ah.
Makes your eyes sort of twinge. You're like, thanks, get used to.
Not
But
for me.
oh, nothing hits like cheetah piss.
Do you know of any bathhouses nearby?
I mean, yeah, there's one up towards the Coliseum where they got the chariot race in a few hours.
Sky.
Well,
I could do with a nice bath.
We went. Hold up. We went to the docks to try and find something on this cult. I feel like we got sidetracked.
We've got the crates now.
We don't know if that's connected, do we?
Everything is connected when you look deep enough.
All right. Okay.
Just like proper amateur philosopher, like pothead. Always got something to weigh in, like.
If that was cult activity, then
The sort of dark-furred Boris pipes up. He's just sort of like eating a little cracker bread, and he's like, "Hey, what is it about cult activity? What sort of cult?
What do you want to know?
Many cult." Just like nibbling on this cracker
You,
bread.
you know about a cult with like weird like spindly tattoos?
I mean, I see someone come into back room of Goto. I did not like that, man. I see men come into back room and give Goto something a little while back, but Goto refused. But he had weird arm stuff.
Really? What did he
Okay.
try and give him? Like
I'm not entirely sure. Playing cards, you know.
okay, what
But Goto refused.
do you know where he came from? Do you know where he went?
I think local looked native to Ireland.
Right. Okay.
Quite a big jolly fellow.
was he?
Is Ireland
You
the
said
place
jolly,
in your
he-
world?
Not Ireland. Island.
Oh.
The island you are on.
He wasn't Irish.
He was
Fucking ramen
Islandish.
comes in
I thought
like,
he said native to Ireland, and I was like,
Island, not Ireland.
You said jolly. Disposition? Like he was.
He seemed just sort of happy to be doing whatever he doing. You know, he just sort of had a bounce to his step. But I hear
That
fat
reminds me
people
of
jolly.
someone.
Yeah, same, but he didn't have those. Did he? No. Not those tattoos. He had tattoos, but
He
not
had tattoos, yes.
not
but
like that.
This guy here have weird sort of smoky tendril type on arms.
I'm gonna like go to. I'm genuinely confused as well. I'm gonna go to Beth and be like, who?
The tattoo artist,
Oh. Yeah.
I think.
Okay.
But he didn't have the tendrils, right?
He didn't, did he?
Not that you saw, no.
No.
And he was
He was in like a sort of vesty type thing.
Yeah, his arms
the
were out, weren't
traditional-
they?
Yeah.
And neither of them.
Well, I was gonna say, what about his brother?
No, he also, from what you could see,
Did he have his full arms out as well?
I think he did. I can't remember exactly, but I'm pretty sure you guys sort of like checked him and he was clean.
Do you think some kind of magic? You know, like an illusion, some kind of disguise? What do you think?
Could be.
Who knows, maybe someone used disguise to go as native as to throw up scent, or like you say, native use it to hide true intention.
But if he was disguised when he went to see Goto, then why would he have kept the tattoos?
As you like talking, he just sort of like goes in a little bag, and brings out a little bong, but he's trying to be quiet about it. It's only a dinky little one. He's just like, don't mind, Boris.
What do you think? What do you think?
I mean, that's more activity, but there's nothing to go on.
If he was disguising himself, he wouldn't have such a trademark
Dry
as
mouth.
Yeah.
such an identifying mark as
That's what
The
I'm thinking.
tattoos.
Maybe the tattoos that we saw, maybe they were the disguise. That was an illusion. Maybe.
I can detect magic. We could maybe go back to the tattoo shop and just
Can
see.
you tell me if this weed is magic?
It will take me 10
I'm
minutes.
starting to see things already.
It will take me 10 minutes.
I can wait.
Well,
We
we
can't,
can't. So
Please come back and fix. And he turns to one of the other ones, and the other one is sort of like, "Did you get into my good stuff?" And he's like, "I think I accidentally swap. I panic. I take a lot.
it's okay. Lie down, drink some water. It'll be fine. Come on, guys, let's
This
go.
is definitely not the right one."
I'll
Shrimpy, like as you guys like walk out, he's just sat there like this.
as he starts to go like that, as we're leaving, because we're leaving through the alley door, I guess.
Yeah.
I'll just stop and lock eyes with him and use thaumaturgy to like flare my eyes and just keep eye contact for like a good 10 seconds and then leave.
He just keeps like he holds it for about 7 seconds and just goes. He's just like, he goes through these like weird faces, and the other two Boris and Borisov come over and are like tapping him on the shoulder. And they're just like, "You're thick drink, thick drink."
It'll be
And
okay.
Shrimp is like, "What have I done? Who did I hire? Why did I do this?" Oh.
Are we?
Little
We're walking
seeds of
back to the walking back to the tattoo shop. Are we? Is
Yeah, I
also,
guess so.
also, Scarce, can I just add, when you said about the bathhouse, people are going to have most of their body on display.
I mean, that's a great idea.
The physical. Holy shit!
naked people?
I just wanted a bath, but that's a great idea.
I've never seen such a physical response.
That's canon. No, Scarius did that.
Okay.
Oh, Christ is warm. Oh, getting dizzy.
So these there's like two places that we could possibly look.
Yeah.
I'm getting itchy. I wanna catch someone and preferably
me too.
hit them with something.
Well, the birds weren't enough for you.
No, I need to hit a humanoid.
Some of them are slightly humanoid. They're
What
human
more
bits.
humanoid than that?
Okay, they were human-ish, not humanoid.
A nasty one, like a real bastard. You know, just want to. I got that kind of. You know.
Just saying, I want to go after Adrian at some point.
Yeah.
He'll do. Actually, it could be him.
Maybe not yet,
Okay.
but tattoo shop, bathhouse.
Tattoo shop.
Okay.
Okay, so you guys head back down to the tattoo shop. Takes you a little bit.
Just so they don't suspect anything, I'm gonna cast detect magic before I go in.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Ritual
So-
cast, so I'll have to like hide in an alley or something, so it's not weird.
Yeah, so Kahurangi greets you, and like sort of all over the shop there are little bits of magic, like some of the weapons up on the walls, like the traditional like carved from bone type ones, magical, some sort of possibly fire or lightning enchantment. But yeah, there's around both of the brothers, there's like a odd aura that's not quite reading, and anytime then you look at one of these, there's like a similar odd, like almost as if you've got like a smudge on your glasses type of thing, but just like over them. You just can't get a read on anyone while you're in this like building.
Can I step outside and look in?
When you step out and look in, you can still see the items, but everyone is still smudgy in the building.
While we're in there, I want to just drop into conversation at some point. Oh yeah, I heard that Goto's place burned down. and then kind of
Yeah.
watch for a reaction.
Yeah, Kaharangi's like, oh yeah, I heard about that, bro. This it's pretty rough, you know. I wouldn't know what to do if my tattoo parlor burnt down.
Yeah, that would suck, right?
It's quite the bang. I heard that, you know,
I guess
sort of like
a lot of booze,
someone died or something, maybe. I don't know.
possibly.
That could be rumor, you know. But,
Maybe I think I think Goto died. Actually,
The guard lost his leg.
kind of sad. We met him one time. Have you ever met him? He was a.
Me and my bro had a drink in there once, but it wasn't really our thing, you know. We're not a massive fan of whiskey, and apart from that, I don't know. There's something just off there, you know. There's something not right about
Yeah,
the
it
atmosphere.
was kind of weird. I'm watching him this whole time
Yeah.
trying to get a read.
Okay, make an insight check.
Okay.
Is there any customers in the shop?
Yeah. Hunapo is tattooed.
Nah, 10.
I mean, it's not necessarily shifty, and it's not necessarily like being leveled. It's one of those guys that he's quite hard to get a read on because he's so naturally like
Chill.
upbeat and joyous and chill and quite charismatic anyway. There's still, even though you're like looking for something, there's still that energy coming from him where you're like, "Oh, I just want to give him a hug." You know, he's like, oh yeah, it's kind of crap, you know, all these things going on, people apparently being like taken and killed and stuff, and like you guys were looking for some weird tattoos or something, and like
So, almost like this whole festival's cursed, you know. It's
that would be a real bummer, you know.
I get close to him and put because his brother is still in the shop
Mhm.
tattooing, and I just is he okay?
Yeah, he's still just got that, you know, sort of somberness to him, something a little off, you know. But yeah, this whole time, like, you're trying to keep your eye, you're sort of having to do this because it's like,
Yeah,
you okay, bro? Do you need to sit down?
it's the new eye.
Ah, not adjusting, yeah.
Not at all.
It's kind of rough.
Mm.
Do you want a drink?
No, I'm fine.
All right. Did you guys come back in for a tattoo?
I get one of my notebooks, one of my older notebooks with like my parents' designs in it, and I just start thumbing through and show
Okay,
him, and I'm like,
Like, oh yeah, bro, there's some really cool designs in there, you know. We can definitely do something with it. Everything okay? Something seems off.
You know that out of character now. Do you know that book we found in that old library where like all the runes and like stuff? If we look around, is there anything that just doesn't seem like it would be in a tattoo parlor?
Make a perception check, just as a sort of cursory glance around.
Ooh. I'm not very perceptive today. 11.
Okay. So he did show you that like religion book earlier where it had like some stuff about the old gods and like the great serpent, which stood out as being weird. There are a few representations of like sea beasts in the art. The art is very painterly, like quite almost like Van Gogh style, with like a lot of little lines and swirls and stuff. It's very much showing the sea and the island, and it is very nautical focused. And you know, there are some images of beasts and large fish and serpent-like, you know, sort of eels, maybe sea serpents, worms with a Y, which reads as a little off, but nothing too crazy, given that you're on an island and, you know, it's existed for fucking ever.
I think everything's fine. Just been a weird day.
Yeah, we've had a bit of a slow start.
I mean, we're still covered in viscera right now, I think.
Yeah, you guys, I don't know what happened. I didn't want to ask. I didn't want to point it out, but Yeah, you kind of got a whiff about you.
There was I don't know, something weird birds. I'm watching for reactions again.
They,
He has like a boots.
Not quite birds, like I don't know, they had wings. So birds. But they also had
He's like, wait,
hands.
is a dragon a bird?
Well, it's got wings, right?
Is a bee a bird?
Don't ruin his whole world.
He just like looks to one side and just walks.
Everything is if it has wings, it's either
A bird
bee
or a bug.
Or, yeah, a bee or a bird. Not even specifically insects in general. It's just like, oh no, a hornet, no, bee. Oh no, a dragonfly, bee.
So the three things with wings: birds, bees, and
Bats.
Automobile.
beasts.
Dragons are bees. But yeah, you guys look like you've had a bit of a rough time. I could patch up some of the more rough-looking cuts for you.
No, that's cool. That's cool. I'm gonna go outside. I feel sick. I'm just gonna step out of the door.
I also feel sick.
It's like you guys are definitely different to what you were yesterday. And you're acting kind of weird.
I'm ducking into the alley.
Yeah. Okay. And he just sort of turns to you two and he's like, "I didn't meet you before. Hello,
Hi.
I'm Kahurangi."
Okay. Cool. Hi. I'm Lenora. I'm just tagging along with these guys for the moment. I just, seem to stumble upon them now and again, and they seem like some fun. So.
There's certainly an interesting lot. What happened to your for lack of a better phrase, buxom friend? The one who cried after I gave her a hug.
Oh, we just left her at the pub.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's had.
After Lilith's day, she deserved to be left at the pub.
Yeah.
Fair.
She's had a bit of a rough day.
It's only like not even 1 o'clock.
Hey, if you live the life of Lilith. Yeah.
Something still just feels very off about you guys today. Like, what's going on? Yesterday you were so like
I
excited.
don't know if it's the CA makes us feel a little bit
Sea-
nauseous.
Seabirds.
You see,
Did you join me outside?
CA,
Yeah, well, I
seabird.
just went outside.
Speaking
I
of
don't- I
seabirds-
didn't see you duck into the alley, so I'm just outside.
That's
I would
interesting.
have waited.
And I'm
until
gonna,
you said
I'm gonna
that.
like gesture to the pictures up there.
Oh yeah, that's art from my family. You know, we're quite a proud people. You know, we keep our culture close to our heart, and these are paintings that my ancestors did, handed down through the generations. So yeah, me and bro hung them up. Don't read too much into them, you know. That one's got a giant crab on it. I've never seen a giant crab, but who knows? Maybe my great-great-grandfather fought a giant crab or whatever.
So, out of character, like obviously the giant crab, the seabirds. Is there any other creatures that we've encountered in the paintings?
That you've encountered?
You know, the really weird ones, like.
Yeah. No.
No.
No, it's mostly just seabirds and sea creatures. Are you interested in the art of? And then he looks and realizes you've got like a bit of fur, like a over you, and he's like, "I've never had to tattoo that before. You sure we could make it work?"
I'm gonna like hear the I was gonna say drill then. Hear the needle, not the needle, the
tapping.
tapping that his brother is
Yeah.
doing, and I'm just gonna go. Maybe some other time. Come on, Lenora, let's go now.
Must be some sort of stomach bug or something.
Bye.
Yeah, bye friends. And he looks like kind of honestly a little disheartened at that whole encounter.
I'm gonna run back in and give you a hug, and then run back out.
Okay.
Well, still covered in visceral.
Well, still covered in
Nice.
To be
As
fair,
you grab
I
him, he
did
leans down,
wash myself a little bit.
hugs you tight, and goes, "You smell really bad."
I know, it's Seabird.
Yeah, they'll do that. Well, have a nice day.
Will do.
Yeah. So when that was going on, you two went outside and sort of slinked into an alley.
You'd have come out, Baxter's like just pacing in the alley, like tweaking.
What did you see?
Nothing. No, there's something about this whole thing just feels weird. He feels weird. If he
Okay.
wasn't so nice, I would have already threatened to smash his head in unless he tells us what we need to know. There's something going on. But he's so nice.
You want to know something weird?
Yeah.
When I cast Detect Magic, normally I can see the magic. I can see the sources of magic. Not in there, I can't.
What, some kind of like cloaking going on or something? Oh, I don't even know how magic works.
Blurring my eyes. It's very uncomfortable.
Did you see the
to be in
pictures
there.
on the wall?
Oh shit, where did you come from?
I missed that. I was
You're in
like,
like the. You said, "Oh shit, where did you come from?" You're just like in the tweak zone, and then it's just like, "What the fuck?"
did you see the paintings on the wall?
What about him?
There was a giant crab and seabirds
We-
and other beasts.
We've seen two of those things.
Mm-hmm.
You okay, Lenora?
The crab killed
Yes.
me.
Did you have a shiver?
I don't know. Something's just not. It's not sitting right, and it's making me go a little bit crazy. So I don't know. Do we threaten him? Do we tie him up?
I'm a little bit out of the loop here, so
I would like to see if I can see them outside of the shop.
Okay.
so these tattoos that you've been saying about that these cult members have,
Mm-hmm.
did they get them in this tattoo shop?
We don't
Oh
know.
no, we
I
we
feel like
don't know.
maybe they did.
Why?
But why?
She just like reveals a full sleeve because that's right.
Because roll initiative.
Lenora the BBEG.
You know, it's just, you said you cannot see the magic in the shop, and you said that perhaps Bax said that perhaps the tattoos themselves have some sort of magical properties,
Yes,
perhaps.
it's a good chance.
Yes.
Is
but
Is there any other
haven't seen
tattoo
anything.
shops around? Or is it just them two?
That's like the main shop. There's a few people still doing tattoos, but
What if, like, I should have come in the first place. Now they know that I'm with you guys. We could have gone in, one of it, like maybe me, and just gone in asking for one of those, tattoos and see if they knew what I was talking about.
Can
Well-
But now we've blown it because I've gone in and introduced myself and said I'm with you and. Oh dear.
Could we persuade Shrimp to go and have a tattoo?
I doubt it. Not him.
my guy's been through enough. Leave him alone.
We don't want to rope him in it.
What about
It's-
Scrimp?
I can disguise myself magically, but judging by that shop,
They're gonna see through it.
either that or I'm just gonna walk straight in and it's gonna be Scarius again.
Something.
I love the idea of you
right.
putting on a thing outside as well. You're like, ah, hello, and then you walk in and it's just, and you're like, oh, fuck.
Should we stake it out tonight when they close?
Didn't we already do this?
Oh yeah. Did we?
Was it a tattoo shop? Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Oh no,
No.
we didn't stake it out. Lilith
Oh no!
got a
She
guy
paid
just
that
Yeah.
guy.
Oh yeah.
and
Where's
we've
he?
just never heard.
She never went back.
And did she relay this to us either? Because I don't know. If she
I can't
did.
remember if she told us.
I
actually.
feel like she did.
Okay,
I think she said
in
something
that case,
about like.
I'll look around the alleys nearby to see if I can see that guy.
Okay, so in the one directly opposite, you see the guy. He's still in that pose where he was like leaning against the wall, looking up, just sort of like down on his luck. But every now and again, he was like. So yeah, you approach him and he just has like a.
I'll approach him and I'll lean against the wall and say, "Good work so far, my friend," and give him a gold piece.
Did that lady send you?
Yes, she's indisposed right now.
Oh, okay. She told me to watch the muscly one, and so far he's pretty fucking boring, and I got a designated piss spot, and I bought some fruit from a vendor that passed by. It's been a weird day or so. How long has it been? I've been under this awning thing, so I haven't really kept track of day and night too good.
But at least you won't burn then.
Yeah. Sure. What else? She said she'd pay me at the. Why? What? Am I free to go?
Have you seen him do anything weird? Anything at all?
The muscly one? No.
What about the other one?
Am I with you? Did I come over?
He left before the other one did, but I didn't follow him, obviously, because I was watching this one. And then I wasn't sure what the woman meant, so she said, like, stake out the shop. So when the big guy left, I just stayed here and watched the shop. No one was there.
Okay.
Oh, bless him.
I give him another gold.
Yeah, and then he goes, wait, sorry, I gotta piss. And he just goes over in, like, the designated piss spot. And you can just hear him, like, struggling to undo, like, he's got, like, a little lace around. He's like, oh, shit, I knotted it. Wait, why am I still whispering? It's like, oh, no, I've knotted my trousers. And he's, like, trying to be nonchalant. And then he just, like, locks eyes with you and is like, are we in the clear? And then he just...
All I'm getting from this is if you want something done, fucking do it yourself.
Good work, Agent. We'll be in touch.
Oh, he does. He's doing that. He's still, like, pissing.
I think you're right.
And then he's like, wait, is it the right hand? And he's like swapping. And the
No,
going,
don't. Just concentrate on your
He's like,
piss.
which
We got
hand?
eyes. We got eyes.
Which hand do you... So...
Well, stake out tonight.
Okay. In that case, bathhouse first.
Yeah. And it's up by the chariot racing, yeah?
So that starts at 3.
What time is it?
It is now somewhere just gone 1.
Okay.
Quick
Bathhouse?
Okay.
Cool. So yeah, you
Get cleaned up.
head up towards the palatial district, towards the Colosseum, and it's the first time you've really seen it because there's a it's up on the hill, like the incline away from you, and it's sort of like a little bit further back towards the northern side of the peninsula, towards where the monolith is. And now that you get a look at it, it is impressive. It's not quite like Roman Colosseum level, but it seems like they utilized a lot of the black pillars naturally into the design of this Colosseum. So there are just the almost like a crown of like black pillars. There's already people like starting to pour into it as well, but the bathhouse nearby is hard to miss. There's like indoor and outdoor sections, and the steam coming off it is insane. But yeah, you do you want to go inside or outside? Well, that doesn't help.
No, I know.
2 syllables.
Yeah, 2 syllables, very, very similar.
Inside.
I would
Inside?
say inside.
Inside.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I think if anyone's trying to hide their tattoo, they're going to be inside.
Or we could spread out. 2 in each.
2 out.
Okay. Okay,
I'm going in.
you two go in then. Me and
I'm
Nora-
in.
Me and Nora stay out. Yeah?
Sounds good.
Cool.
Okay.
So, as you approach, it's all like fenced off and stuff. You can't just like, walk from the street into this bath. But there's very Greco-Roman pillar architecture, sort of like there's outdoor ones that are covered, there's outdoor ones that are open air, and then obviously like indoors separately. But we'll do the outdoor one first. As you approach, there's a ginger human, like male, short,
Roll
short
for
curly
initiative.
ginger hair, short curly ginger hair, and just the most marvelous ginger curly moustache. And he's very well like presented, and he's in like a very lavish like velvet robe almost. This is the guy that lets people in and out. He's got like a lectern type thing in front of him, like a book, but he's very prim and proper. And he's like, 4 for the baths, then. Yes, that will be a gold each. We don't let any riffraff in.
That's an expensive bath.
Is there a dry cleaning service?
Yeah, of course. What do you take us for?
Excellent.
And he like twirls his moustache.
This better be good. Flick him a gold.
Names, please.
Scarius Var.
Oh, Var. That rings a bell. Don't suppose you happen to have relation to the Vars of Rook's Nest, would you?
I'm their son.
I have a few of their collection pieces at home.
Oh, excellent.
Very nice work. He jots it down.
The way you're talking is giving me the heebie-jeebies.
Oh yeah, this guy's a fucking
Oh.
sleuth.
This is the kind of guy that Scarius has been dealing with for his entire life.
Oh,
And you, little one.
Baxter Steel.
How do you spell steel?
With an E.
Wait. STEEL?
Sure, let's go with that.
Jots it down. Sounds made up, but there we are. You.
All names are made
And
up.
he's like, we have a dedicated bath for those of the furred and feathered variety.
I feel singled out.
I'm gonna get the drains clogged.
Yeah, basically. There's also one. There's like a mud bath for the sort of amphibious and
Hippos.
reptile folks.
Hit balls.
Yeah, but you see like a Loxodon in there.
Yeah, they can go in there.
Briarleaf.
Rogef.
2 names or 1?
One.
And you. And then he sort of like he goes, my. At least someone knows how to present themselves.
That's why I need the dry cleaning.
Yeah, why do you
More
think we're
holes
here?
in that suit than a pair of socks, which have 2,
I mean,
1 in each.
What's he?
Technically not a hurdle, I suppose.
you see, like, it's that meme with the math.
Yeah.
Briarleaf has like never wore a pair of socks in her life. She's like,
And you, darling, your name.
Oh yes. Josephine Lovett.
And what a fine name that is.
Thank you.
Jot it down.
Thank you.
Why'd you need names?
We'd like to know if anyone causes trouble, how to contact them, and who to dob in.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Anyway, in you
Alright,
go.
okay.
The fur and feather variety is just in there on the left, and it's one of the covered outdoor ones. Yeah.
okay
This is
then.
the kind of thing where I'd like change out of my clothes and then
Oh, everyone's fucking butt naked.
but then they take the stuff for dry cleaning there or
Yeah, well, it's like a dedicated. You can either the so-called changing rooms are essentially just like a bunch of benches where you can sit.
If
you can
anything
strip
goes
off
wrong,
and
we're gonna be
either
naked.
essentially store them on the benches, and there's like people like guarding it to prevent like theft and stuff.
the
But there is a dry cleaning desk where you
Yeah.
can go and.
and is there any form of locker or anything like that?
We keep
Okay.
nothing to keep our weapons in.
No, everyone just sort of like props them up in racks and stuff.
Mm.
There's no actual like lock away safe stuff. It's just there's
Put
just
your
a bunch
things.
of put everything sort of like up against the wall on a bench in a rack.
I'll make sure that
Not in Iraq, by the way.
I'll make sure that
All of our weapons are in Baghdad.
while we're in the bath, I'm gonna keep an eye, make sure that the Gonk and Paprika are always in eye line of me.
Okay, yeah. You just sort of like plonk them on your stuff.
Yeah.
Just like
You know that like the bath for the
furred and feathered variety.
yeah. Can I still see other baths?
You
Not
can-
not to
you can
be
see
not to be a
couple of
perv
them.
like.
Yeah, you can see a couple of them. I don't want to see no furry dong.
I'm looking for tattoos, guys.
But yeah,
Not penises.
Oh yeah, the whole time looking out for tattoos. Anything that matches the
yeah.
the
The only thing is, as you sort of like, because you're eyeing people up and sort of like trying to get a glimpse, every now and again you get like a scowl back or like a flirty wink or something.
Yeah, I as soon as I've dropped my stuff off and I just walk into the bath and I just sort of like
Ow!
but I'm like, oh.
All of the cuts from the birds and stuff are just like genuinely painful, and everyone just has that like, ooh, like
That
scabby
box
brows.
very nearly killed me.
I'm not surprised.
It dropped me to all the way down to 3 hit points.
Fucking hell.
I took. I'm not gonna say.
Go on.
Well, in the bird thing, I took 10.
Mm.
It was
Um,
raging.
I only took 7 in the fight.
Oh right,
But then
okay.
the box kicked my ass.
yeah, to be fair, it was
Oh, yeah,
more
of
than anything,
course.
it was like a flavor.
I was gonna say, like, how did I
encounter
get
as
off
opposed
so
to, like, a
lightly in
fight
the
anyway.
in the birds, and then I remembered, yeah, the box.
Yeah,
of
the
course.
boss. Blamed Kingdom Come. But yeah, as you hit the water, a lot of your wounds start healing up. Like, this is clearly enchanted water, so like it basically heals you guys to full.
Baxter's gonna
Nice.
cannonball into the.
It doesn't
bath.
count as a long rest for your spell slots or anything, but it does heal you back up to full HP.
Nice.
Sweet.
Yeah, wait, you said you're gonna cannonball?
Yeah.
Right, so as you're in midair, there's just a mage at the side of the pool and catches you. Like, he's sitting in there. Like, you don't see who it is yet, but they just catch
Magic
you in midair and
lifeguards.
lower you down. He goes,
I
I
look,
came here just to relax, you know. Can you not, Baxter? It's Herald.
Oh, hey.
Hello.
Just like blow it into the water.
Yeah, you still.
naked
just
as
kill him
well.
all like
Yeah.
arts first.
Apart from the, but he keeps the bandages on
Right.
as well, all around the torso.
I did not expect to bump into you here today.
What you doing? Apart from this.
No, it's
Splash some
mostly
water.
just this and stopping delinquents like yourself from
Oh come on.
Scaris is under the water, just like, oh.
Just like
can use
tap him and be like, hey, hey, it's this guy.
And he goes, hello, Scaris. Yes. It's
So,
been a very long day. And then he sort of
Same.
like looks up and he's like, I've been here all night.
do you know anything about the seabirds?
See birds. I can see
Oh.
through birds.
Ah,
We'll maybe talk about that later, but we were down at the docks investigating.
Investigate. Didn't take you all for investigators.
Yeah, we're like regular sleuths now, you know? We're like detectives or something.
But there was a flock of like birds, but not birds, and they had like extra eyes and extra teeth and human hands, and
Kind of
It was
appeared out of
horrific.
nowhere.
they were, they,
Yeah.
they came and killed like everyone on one of the ships.
Which ship?
Can't we remember what it was called?
You didn't actually see the name.
Ah,
of it.
okay. It was down at the kind of quiet part of the docks. Goblin Captain.
One of those kinds of ships.
We freed
Yeah.
a fair amount of people, but I think that a lot of people died also.
In the bird attack. That was nothing to do with us.
This is unfortunate.
What, you know something about it?
No, I just mean that there's been so much death during this, what should have been a celebration anyway. You know? The Master of Ceremonies. Poor bastard.
Yeah, like it
I was
well,
just
said
afraid
earlier,
that I
so-
would be next.
We are actually that's what we're investigating, is the murderers of the MC.
Someone wanted to kill Kezra too, the professor.
Oh, yes, Kezra, good friend of mine. I think. I would consider him a friend, but he's very fickle. If you do discover anything, please do let me know. And then he's like, wait a minute. And then he sort of, you can see him doing like this mental thing, and he's like, Lilith is back in the pub, isn't she?
She is.
Yeah.
Yes. Tell her not to pick a lock with my hairpin anymore, please.
Was
Very-
that loud?
It was more like sharp nails on my sword.
Right. Can you get into boxes like without lids or hinges or anything? You got
Is
magic
this
that can
a
do that?
riddle?
Maybe. No, it's not. This is a.
We literally found a big metal box. We don't know what's inside. I'm kind of worried there's a person inside.
This was off that ship.
This was
That-
off that ship.
Oh, then we must go immediately.
I cast detect magic and it just won't let any of that through.
You got some magic that could open something like that up, right? You're pretty powerful.
When I tried to force it, it threw me off the docks.
Oh, yes. There is an alloy of metal. The name evades me, but there is a rare mineral found deep within the crust of the realm that. Oh, the name is evading me. It bothers me so. But either way, wonderful magical properties that both for in the sense of being a receptor and a sort of counter to, but I'm hoping it's not made of that, for that may take some time, but
It
yes, you
didn't tell
must
me
show
anything.
He's like, you must show me the way.
Okay.
And he just stands up hanging dong, and he's like, up.
Oh, cool.
He got a big one.
Above average.
These are the important questions.
I'm like mega disappointed that I'm not gonna have a nice long bar.
You did heal to full, but you did feel like,
I thought you were gonna say for his size.
I'm mega disappointed it's not fucking huge.
Okay. Yeah. Let's go. Let's go. Cool.
They're not gonna be done with the dry cleaning.
How long does that take?
And he's like, I can whip you something up if you really wish.
That would be wonderful.
Okay, come with me. And he goes and he gets dressed, and then he tears off a little bit at the end of his robe, and he like fixes his own. And he's like, what colour do you wish?
I like grey.
Ever the man of flavour. And then he just sort of like throws it at you, and as it does, it just tumbles and wraps around you. And for a moment, you're like, oh, fuck, oh, it's like proper like getting wrapped up. And then it's just a pristine, double-breasted jacket over like a grey suit, like just wonderfully made. He's like, I could have done that the first time we met.
Is this permanent?
Oh, yes. I assure you.
I hug him.
It's quite real. He's like, oh, yep. Okay, good one, chap.
Yeah, that's
I've
pretty-
been nursing along that suit for 5 years.
I assumed it had some sort of.
It was my father's suit.
That's probably. Don't you want to get that back then? And then he goes, hold on. And then he goes up to the dry cleaning desk, and they present to him like a sort of, the puffy barred hats. And he goes, oh, also, and then his eyes roll back, and the little ticket stub that you were given with a number on it, he just reads the number out to them, and then guess the suit, and he's like, this won't do. He goes, "Phew," and it's just done. He's like, it's not quite dry cleaning, and it's never quite the same. You can sort of still feel it, but, I mean, it'll do.
It was great.
And, like, all of the rips and stitching and stuff is, like, perfectly back to normal.
Nice.
Today is getting better.
Things are looking up.
And then he, like,
this is
fixes
good.
his hat with, like, a feather, and he's like, I'm trying something new. What do you think?
I don't like it.
It looks wonderful.
And then he turns to the dry cleaner and he goes, yes, no? And there's just like this little sort of black-brown kobold, and he goes, maybe if it was green instead of blue. And he goes, but I'm wearing like purple and... Clicks his finger, the hat disappears, and he goes, nope, I'm not wearing it. Nope. I tried something, it didn't work.
Hey,
I
if you
thought
don't
it
don't try, you don't know. And start leading him out of the.
I don't want the traditional wizard
Black's
hat.
clothes.
What? Oh shit!
Young man.
I will go back in and retrieve my things.
Yeah. You grab the hammer, like Erleth spots spots Paprika. He's like, oh, well, aren't you a little cutie? And sort of like holds his hand out and like just sort of levitates at him, but like not in like a painful or bad way or anything. Like Paprika seems to be loving this. It's just like, whoa, this feels amazing. And he's like, you are quite the craftsman, aren't you? And then Gonk makes like a peeping noise, and he's like, oh, more. He like levitates them both. He's like, you know, you could combine these as a flamethrower. Yes.
Yes, I used it today, and I actually like command Gong to like latch on to Paprika, and
he's like, oh, this is marvelous. Yes, we shall have to discuss your tinkering at another time. For this, and he's like looking at the ruby heart, and he's like the sun is just catching through it as well, so he like proper glows, and he's like, it is magnificent. Here you go. And he just like gently lowers them back down to you, and they just sort of like latch on.
Yeah.
I think Scaris is like about to marry you between the suit and now like saying about his creations.
Your other companion, Briarleaf, was it? She's over, and then he turns around to see like the sort of fur and feather bath, and you're just sort of sat there like with a bit of a
Grumping.
Amongst the there's like a few Kenku that are like talking in a corner. There's just this Aarakocra man spreading both his legs and his wings. There's a few like not necessarily shifters, but like there's a Leonin and some Tabaxi and stuff. But it's not where you want to be really. You feel better, but you know.
Where's the
Aarakocra.
Yeah. Where's he?
You sort of, if you were sat with your back against, because you had to go in the underside, like one of the ones underneath. So there's like a wall opposite you as you walk towards it, with some pillars near where like the front is. So if you were sat with your back on the wall and you were looking out to where these guys are, he's now on your right hand side.
Oh, that's okay. As long
And
as
he's
he's not
not in
direct.
there.
As long as he's not
he's
directly in front of me.
pestering like everyone else.
'Cause I'm like I don't know where to look.
And obviously, this whole time I have been trying to keep my eye out for. Speaking of my eyes, Erlith noticed my eye.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that would been an awkward conversation. I
We'll
guess.
come to that now. Yeah, if everyone makes a perception check.
Briarleaf is so pissed off doing that one.
19.
She's so scared that she'll
14.
see like an unwanted floating dong somewhere. She's looking.
To be fair, a lot of the birds just have cloacas anyway, so like
8.
Okay. Back spots more tattoos than other people, but for the most part they're just pretty normal. There's some really trampy, like trashy crap tattoos that look like they were done with a single needle in a kitchen basement at
Solid.
like 4 a.m.
Stick and
plastered,
pokes.
you know, yeah, like real fucking bad. But there's some also really nice ones, and you realise now that that sort of dwarven meets Sailor Jerry style is quite like a common thing amongst the sailor dwarves. Like it's almost like they're trad tattoos, you know, and a lot of it is done in blue ink. Yeah, you spot some pretty intricate designs, some really crappily done names in love hearts, and then just the classic like mom with a fucking arrow through it.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah, nothing tenderly. There is a guy with an octopus tattoo, but the octopus is making love to a mermaid.
Cool. Fair. It's like,
Yeah.
if I'm fairly confident,
We'll
like,
just do that.
can't see any.
I thought that you do it too.
I went.
Oh right, as you did that, I went. And it sounded like you did it. And I was like,
Yeah, if
Yeah.
I'm fairly confident, I can't see any of these
Yeah.
cult tattoos.
Briarleth is like, should you summon your compatriots?
Hey! I'll just like call over. Look, we found this guy.
Have you got your clothes on now?
Yes.
Okay.
The
All he,
Hey,
all he
look,
wears is like
guy
leather
at the
kind
front
of
is
trousers.
really,
What?
this is why we charge the gold, you know, not to let the riff raff in. And then Erleth is like, Wesley, it's fine. relax. They're with me. And he just flicks him an extra gold. He's like, just go and get yourself a drink, yeah? As if to be like, I've dealt with you before. Get out my fucking face. And he's like, he just sort of like does like a big swirling thing again and just summons everyone's stuff. So as you guys like get out, you don't have to walk as far to like where you need to. And he's like, I'm sorry that we all saw each other naked.
Can you dry me?
I mean,
Well, I'm furry.
he just goes, and it's just like a full like body, like a hairdryer all at once. To the
blow
point that
dry,
all
just
of it
all
just like,
puffy.
yeah, it just goes. The tail is like a fucking bush.
How do I look?
Fluffy.
And my tail just like twirls around my legs.
Rather fluffy.
Like a scared cat.
I'm gonna punch you on the arm for that one.
Yeah, fair. Ow, deserved that.
Now.
Okay.
Oh, also, while we walk, you're going to have to tell me what happened to your face.
So this is what happens when you accept a music box that you thought was yours, but it was actually maybe not yours.
Oh, that thing that
From-
you came back from Chaos with.
Yeah, that was given to me directly by Theus.
It was a bomb, wasn't it?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
It had little shards of metal that burned into my eyes. Aye.
He's got a new
Ooh.
eye now, though.
No, and then he sort of realizes what you mean with like a heat metal spell on like a frag grenade, and he's like, That's
It was
rather
very mean.
barbaric.
I keep telling him not to do deals with devils.
Theirs is not.
To
He's a god. It's like the complete opposite.
I know.
Either way, and he starts like walking back towards the the goblin with you because you want to show him the crates.
Yeah.
And he turns to you and he goes, "I don't believe we've met, have we?"
No, we have not.
I'm Erelith Ravenwood. I am the Master of Magics or whatever. A lot of official titles, but
Right.
I'm sort of past them, you know.
Uh-huh.
Plus, the last thing I want to do is go parading around my titles these days, lest my head be
Yeah, it's probably
blown clean off.
gonna get
Not
you
that's
killed.
how he died, but I've always just had this odd feeling that I was going to die having my head blown clean off,
Who's he?
or in like a ship crash. Sorry, what?
Who's he?
Who?
You said how he died?
Oh, the Master of Ceremonies.
Oh.
Not that he had his head blown off.
He got poisoned, right? Was it?
Yes. How did you know?
We talked to Kezra. That's why we were down at the docks today.
I'm going to have a word with that man. He,
Also, Archibald hasn't returned.
that quivering shitling.
Oh yeah, he sent him out for some tea,
And he never
and he
came
never
back.
came back. So I don't know. We know someone was gunning out for Kezra, so that's probably a bad sign. We're kind of lost. I'm not gonna lie.
Yes,
We keep getting little threads, and then
I too seem to be having a similar problem to you, where I think I'm onto something and then it all sort of falls away. Or
Yeah.
the one lead that I did have was killed by Kezra's men.
Yeah,
oh,
we wanted to take a look at that, but apparently they burned him. So
What sort of fucking incompetent fool burns the evidence before you even get...
yeah.
well, come to think of it, somebody who's trying to cover their tracks.
Hey.
Maybe
Hey.
we should talk to Kezra's head of guard again.
If they've only sent us out here to keep us distracted, nah. That would be
Oh no, I assure you, Ironfoot is legitimate. He's just a fucking fool.
okay. I'll take your word for it.
How well do you know the rest of his men?
particularly. Like he as a militiaman, I'm sure he goes through people all the time, and you can see like now, like obviously a few of you have met Herald in other campaigns where he's a lot more like stuttery and stuff, but he seems to be a little bit more put together now. But every now and again it's just coming out and he gets like caught up and frustrated in it. He's like, the militia people, you know, I'm sure they come and go all the time, but no, I've met Ironfoot, and he's, like I said, his heart is in the right place. It's just his head is up his arse.
Okay.
So his head's a bit too close to his heart, if you ask me.
Not that then.
But there's like a big turnover of guards, yeah?
I mean, probably just, you know what militiamen are like. They find one job that has better pay and they jump ship, or they get killed and replaced, and it's not a good life, but I mean, they seem to be happy. They get to just be brutes.
So, and I'm just thinking aloud here, do you think someone could have infiltrated Kezra's men?
I mean, it's not beyond reason.
I assume we're walking and talking.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You're not all that far from the goblin, but you know it'll take a little bit more. But he's like, yeah, perhaps. So this box then. Tell me a little more. So you went to the docks, and
Most of the boxes were regular boxes, and we were able to just
and you
crowbar them
emancipated
open. And,
people.
but
I
these
shall
ones,
have to look for some of them, ask them what happened. Do you know if it was the barrack mob? Because if
I don't
had
know what that is.
if I had a copper coin for every time the barrack mob got on the wrong side of me, I'd have probably about 48 copper coins, which admittedly is not a lot, but
That is a lot.
I mean, it's not a lot in the sense of copper, but it's a lot of
it's a lot in sense
bad
of
analogy.
frequency.
Yes, bad analogy, I'm afraid. This whole event has got me fried anyway. I've got that bloody test of champions to run tomorrow, which I'm not looking forward to. I hope you guys win it, because you're the only ones who've bothered talking to me like an actual person this week. But yes, I've had the headache from hell.
Out of character, you know, when you said at the beginning of the stream that Briarleaf knew about the mob, that it was that mob, how did I find out?
No, you assumed it was the barrack mob because there was a greenskin heading it, and you've seen these unmarked crates before. The steel crates, brand new to you, but like the unmarked crates, the way they were doing it, the goblin leading it, it sort of had barrack mob smell over it, you know.
Okay, I'll relay that
Yeah.
to Erlith then.
I mean, not to put an entire race of people in a pigeonhole, but a greenskin heading a pirate ship full of, you know, people in crates. That's that feels very barrack to me. And given the quantity of people moving through the city at this time of the year with this whole event going on, I can see why they would need to bring in more, probably at the behest of the Petricinis, honestly.
Well,
Those bastards.
in the past, I've dealt with that kind of running circle and alike, and these silver crates, metal crates, never seen them before in my life.
No, I've not heard of it in the use of smuggling people, but if my suspicions are correct, then it is good that you found me before you opened them. Because if it is the metal that I'm worried it is, those are often used as manacles for wizards and druids, etc. So I'm wondering if there is someone who can cast spells in the box, and if you break them out, and you don't have someone like me to limit their capabilities.
Now is a
They
good time to
see
tell you that these crates that we found and brought up are not the only crates, not the only ones there. There are still approximately 10.
Yeah,
Yeah.
still on the
Down at the
docks. We took 2 because we didn't know if we just left them there, what was going to
We
happen
could
to them.
move the rest.
We will assess the first 2 to find out what's going on, and then either you can come with me or I shall go to the dock.
Okay,
I'm sure
cool.
I will have no trouble.
Great.
He's like, I don't want to be that guy, but I can cast some pretty impressive magic.
Fingers crossed you can get them open.
Yes, fingers crossed.
Is the back door still open? Like, did the Tanuki didn't close it?
Oh no! So the back door is open, but the storage room door is still
okay.
like
Yeah.
they just gave up. So yeah, you sort of like guide him around the back of the 3-legged
Yeah.
goblin, which sounds very odd now that I say it out loud. And you head into the kitchen, and it is pong in a weed. Like they managed to talk the spooked Boris down, but now they are all just playing cards and smoking again. And it's like, when do these guys work? Herald walks in and she goes, "Oh, if I didn't know any better, I'd say this was an apothecary. Good lord." And then he sort of, you know, that little like sort of singularity that Ogluk had. Herald goes and creates one,
Nice.
and all it just gets like vacuumed up into it, and it no longer smells. And he's like, "Had to give one of these to Ogluk not long back. Very useful, but I'm afraid I may have enabled his addiction. For now, he doesn't smoke himself out and pass out at any time. He just smokes and smokes and smokes. But he was rather impressed with the cigar holder I enchanted for him.
Oh yeah, that was pretty cool. That was you? Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
Ogluk's a good man. He's a good friend of mine. I've known him for a long time.
Yeah, he was I liked him.
Ogluk's Oddities is definitely the correct name for that shop.
I tried to cast a bit of a prank in the shop, and
Oh, let me guess. Lightning from the ceiling.
yeah.
Sorry.
So
He'd been broken into so many times, and I said he's an old friend. One thing led to another. He now owes me a little bit of gold, and I stopped. I may have tuned it a little too much.
yeah, you guys, security is important, you know. Business security, home security, it's
Exactly. Someone understands. Anyway, let's
Speaking of
get to these
security,
crates.
let's have a look at these crates.
The Tanuki's like, "A new friend. He has good buns.
Good buns.
Good buns.
Okay.
Firm ass.
Ah.
Bounce copper off you."
Briley's like,
And Harold's like, "If you're done." Put in his cloak, and he's just like really self-conscious all of a sudden. And then he goes to like lean down to pick up the crate, and he's like, "Look away."
To
But-
pick up the crate or just
Yeah, and he basically matches what Bax could do, where he like goes to lift it and like manages to get one side, and he goes, Bax, do us a favor, will you?"
oh cool, yeah.
Yeah, and between you quite easily carry it. Like he's definitely taking the weight as well. You're like,
Mm.
"Shit, this dude's strong."
Okay.
Ah, you see, it's all about leverage. If there's one thing that I have learned, it is that you can become particularly strong if you know how to apply yourself. With a little bit of training, I'm pretty sure you would be quite the vicious little bastard.
I might take you up on that, actually. Just like looking at him like
so
very
he, like,
impressed.
move these things, like plop it down in the middle of the floor. He pulls all of the wood off it. So like, because at this point you'd sort of cracked it open and then like closed it back up just so you weren't carrying around these big weird metal
Yeah.
boxes. And he studies it and he's like, "Yes, it is indeed what I thought it was. The name is still evading me, and I swear to you, if I do not remember it the next 5 minutes, I'm going to throw myself off a building because my memory these days has been
No,
so bad."
Don't do that. Open the box first.
I'd be fine. No, it's just
before you do anything. I've learned
the
not
more
to.
I scry, the more it goes, you know.
I've learned not to strike it.
And then he sort of like waves his hand over the top, and he spends some time with it, like clearly casting like detect magic, identify all this sort of stuff. He's like,
At a
"Yes,
higher level than me.
he's like, "Yes, I do see what you mean about it having just like a cold aura, and it is indeed the metal I thought it was, but alloyed, so we may have a way in." You said not to strike it, yes?
Well,
What did you strike it with?
a punch and a hammer.
try this. And he like closes his eyes and holds his hand up, and this huge, like basically a mole similar to yours, but like super duper spiky, like big metal head with like a almost like an eye engraving in the middle, just appears in his hand, and he's like, yeah, spending some time as a knight and you learn a thing or two.
Can you get me one of those?
Basically, you recognize the sort of magic. He's basically, that was like an eldritch knight summoning his,
cool.
his weapon. So he just lifts it up above his head, lines it up, and he goes, and with just the right... Ooh, wait a minute. And he looks at you two and he goes, you two can create fire, can you not?
Yeah?
On the count of 3, heat it for me. Anyone who can create fire, heat it for me.
I can only create fire if I get hurt.
Yeah, same actually.
Shall I punch them?
Yeah. He looks at you two and he's like, you ladies know what to do. On the count of 3. 1,
Just gonna step back.
2, 3. So you two make attack rolls against those two.
Like actual attack.
Yeah,
rolls.
actual, just like an unarmed strike.
And nat 20.
Yeah,
Oh
Bax
dear.
gets whacked.
It's the creature that damaged
character
you
flat.
that takes the damage.
Yeah, we'll just say in this
Can I-
case that they give you like a firm in the arm, and it's like, oh fuck, and as you sort of right yourself, it's like, but yeah, you
Cool.
heat the box in just the right way. You can feel it almost like fighting back against you, like the fire takes a while to actually reach the box, and he waits for just the right moment for the heat and goes, now, and just splits it perfectly in half, like like an Easter egg, just right down the middle.
Well, I hope there wasn't a wizard in there.
No, and then he goes, stop! And as he does, he like forces the flames back into you, like towards you, almost like a sort of anti-magic bubble. And inside is a child. A human child.
How are they breathing? Sorry.
A human child with cuts and scars all over them. They're in like raggedy underwear, sort of like Jungle Book Mowgli style underwear that's just like hanging off them. And they have like long, bedraggled, matted hair. And they've got manacles and bindings on their feet, and they're sort of curled in a ball. And he just looks up at Erlith with just this fucking hatred in his eyes. But not like specifically against Erlith, but just he was the first one he saw. And then every one of you gets like a glare from the depths of hell from this kid. Or what you assume is a kid. And just by the way he looks. And Erlith is like, I'm afraid you were right. And I am not happy that the barrack mob is getting smarter about what they're doing. And he looks at the kid and he goes, what languages do you speak, little one? He goes, I understand common clear enough, sir. He goes, you don't have to call me sir. Please, I'm Erlith. Who did this to you? And he just looks up a briar leaf. And he goes, wait, I remember you from before. Make a history check.
Nope. What you talking about, kid?
Yeah, you just have the...
3.
Okay, yeah, you don't recall him, and he's like,
Oh, so is the kid saying that?
yeah.
Oh.
And he looks up at you and he goes, the day I was taken originally, I was put on a ship. And when I was freed, I was put on another ship with you and a lady. You seemed very close. And you had a whole crew of people. And the next thing I remember is waking up on a beach having drowned. Do you not remember me now? Make a history check with advantage this time.
Oh, nice.
Okay, nat 20.
I like you re-rolled a nat 20 just in case you had a second nat 20.
Oh yeah. I
we-
was sticking to the rules.
When I'm DMing, we do that on attack rolls
Yeah.
in case you get quad damage.
Yeah.
tasty.
Yeah, it's suddenly like your mind goes back to the day that everything just went wrong for you and Keto and everyone else aboard your ship, and he's like, "Now you've saved me twice, miss. I owe you my life."
Do I know his name? Or
Aerolith goes. He sort of glances at you and is like trying to piece together this puzzle. "So, little one, what's your name?" "They never gave me a name. I seldom see the light of day anymore. I don't remember what came before. All I remember is the cold and the dark of that box. Not being able to tap into my magic,
I'm
into
gonna.
my ancestry."
I'll crouch
Yeah, I was gonna
near
say I'm
them
gonna kneel him as well.
and say, "Do you mind if I heal you?"
"You'll have to take these off me first." And as he holds it up, you realise he's got like dragon scales from there to there.
Ah, okay.
He is a sorcerer.
Right.
Aerolith is like, "Well, we can't whack them off. How do we normally get hold on." And he like goes through his bag. He starts rifling. He's like, "Have you got any ideas?"
Lilith is pretty good at picking locks.
"I'm afraid that won't quite cut it." And he pulls out this like, it almost looks like a kaleidoscope.
Okay.
And he puts it against it and starts like rotating it, and it's like casting these runes on the ceiling that are going around, and he's like whispering in this like weird tongue to this like kaleidoscope type thing, and he's like, "This
You guys think I'm weird?
Yeah, to be fair, this is
yeah, magic is wonderful. You know how to bend it to your will." And then he just goes, "And
Is there anything this
and
guy
then
can't
nothing
do?
happens, and he goes, 'Oh fuck,' and then he goes blasting across the room.
Oh, apparently that.
And the kid is like, "Ah, shit!" This is like his arms are all like mangled suddenly. Not like mangled, but
Yeah.
like he's trying to hold it. And Aerolith comes back and he goes, "Oh, wrong one. Hold on." And it goes one more click and then goes, "That'll do it." And then they just fall apart. He's like, "Oh, it's always off by 1 errors."
Off by 1 error.
Okay, good
Fence
job.
post.
We got one more crate to crack, so
Oh, yes. And he stands the kid up and he goes, "Do you wish to have a name?" And he goes, And he turns to the Tanukis who have just been bonging this whole time.
No.
And he goes, "What are your names?" And he goes, Borisov." And he goes, And he looks at
I'm
you
very gingerly casting cure wounds
Yeah.
and like eye contact and like
Yeah.
like definitely not doing anything
He's like,
suspicious.
What are your names?"
Baxter.
Scarius?
Leonora?
Bryleaf.
Well, they're better Boris. Aerolith, Bryleaf, Baxter, Scarius, Baxter, Scab.
Scab, yes.
Scab. Cool.
I will go with Scab.
Yeah.
Aerolith is just like,
No, let him. It's short and sweet.
It's
It's-
6 points of healing.
okay, yeah, this kid is suddenly like, oh, it's just like a jolt through him, and then he lifts up his hand, and for the first time in a long time,
Yeah.
this scale that till now has looked like dull and grey, it crusts away, and there is a like an amethyst color that
Oh no.
Ooh.
comes through from underneath,
Crystal dragon.
and he just the whole hand looks like it's almost heating up and becoming magical, and he just goes, "I've not felt that in a very long time."
Scab.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
His hand is just getting like more and more like vibrant, and Aaron's like, "No."
Do you remember how you got in the box?
Those little green fellows took me in the night. I will have my revenge on them. I thought I was going to get it the day that you first emancipated me, but I was caught again.
And what happened after the beach?
I woke up on a beach surrounded by dead bodies and goblins.
Well, where did you come from? Like in the first place, you don't know?
I don't remember much before the snatching.
This mob, they snatch children with, shall we say, abilities. Extra special children, shall we say. They take them from their families, they smuggle them around the globe.
For what for?
Some for money, some
Herald steps in as well, and he's like, apart from the obvious of the money and the drug mules and the unfortunate ones who get sold into sex slavery, the particularly gifted ones, like what it seems Scab here is, and he's like, Scab, stop, and his hand is just getting like more and more glowy. And like you can see the sort of like edges of reality around his hand starting to like crumble. And he's like, Scab, I will counterspell you, I swear to God.
How old does this kid look?
Anywhere from like 8 to 16. He's one of those kids that is like, you're either a small boy or a 15-year-old girl. It's very like androgynous. The hair doesn't help, no facial hair. So you think maybe younger or maybe a woman. But it's like, you have no way of telling, and neither does Scab.
Not to disappoint you on the vengeance front, but the captain who ordered your capture, he might already be dead.
Then I will have to settle with killing the rest.
Sounds good. That's kind of what I'd do if I
He
was.
just gives you like a real, like, nasty looking grin. Not like nasty at you, but just like, you can feel that like hatred in you, and he's like,
Are we still in the storeroom?
yeah.
Can I have a
you
look around for like,
Yeah, it's like
a
kitchen
cloth
and
or
storeroom.
something to like cover him over? So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not, like...
You find, funny enough, you find one of the towels that Scrimp has been using to beat the fuck out of people with, and just like cover him with it. But he's like small enough that you do manage to cover him up fully.
I'm gonna ask one of the Borises if he could fix him something to eat, and also
Hey kid,
enough for the other kid as
You
well. That's
like
also in the
soup?
crate.
I knew that phrase. You like soup?
and he's like, I think so. I don't really remember. The thing is about the box, you don't. Why is he American? The thing is about the box, you don't need to eat or sleep.
I was wondering how you breathe.
Or drink. You just exist in darkness. Well, darkness would suggest there's some form of sense of light, but there is not.
This kid's
There is
intense.
Yeah, but this kid, like,
He's been through some
even
shit.
though the
Leave him
physical
alone.
body is like, you know, say 12, you feel like this kid has existed a long time mentally, and they're like, there are some in the world that call it, I believe, Eisengrau, perhaps, when you close your eyes and it's not quite black, but there's that off colour. You don't see any light, and you can't make out shapes, and I could not hear a thing bar my own thoughts.
How long
Did
were
you-
you in the box?
I do not know.
Did you hear it when I hit the box?
The first thing I remember since being put in it was coming immediately out of it, in terms of what I truly experienced, but every eon between was nothing.
Damn.
And then this kid just, like, again, builds the energy in the hand and just blasts the other crate and just takes the hit back in the other hand and just absorbs it and, like, basically crushes it, like, almost like a snowball in his hand. Like, the physical energy of magic is being crushed in his hand.
So is that a note to soup, or
Yeah, Boris is just like, I'll not stand here all day.
When did you see this child last?
how long has Keto been missing?
Does their age make sense to you?
Not really. I'd seen him about 2 years back.
And he's identical.
Yeah, and he's exactly the same as I remember him.
But also the crate that just shattered open. A small lizard folk girl sort of slumps out of it, and Aerolith runs and drops to his knees to like help her, and she just looks up at him and basically death rattles, just eyes roll back on. And he's like, I believe this was some cruel trick to put this poor little soul in this box on the brink of death so she could live it for a very long time.
Why?
Sorry to jump in, but there's 10 other crates on the beach.
I will address that, but I just need a moment. For the cruelty in this world knows no bounds. Why would you take an innocent child like this, take them to the edge of death and freeze them in time?
It was probably a mistake.
Why is a very good question.
They probably grabbed her and realised that she wasn't special.
Oh, but she was. Look.
Not
and then
in
he
the-
lifts up her leg, and it's basically like a black dragon claw for a foot. They seem to be hunting dragon ancestry sorcerers. She was a child. Cruelty knows no bounds. I will see to the others. You look after Scab. Boris, soup.
Yeah, I'll get
He
this.
comes over, he's just got a big pot and like a couple of bowls, and he's like, you want some too? He's like, for the boy. And then he looks at Scab and he goes, boy? He goes, yes, boy. Right, I just wanted to check. I am going to have a little word with a few goblins that I know. Should I need you to wreak havoc, I shall call upon you.
Nice. Sculpt, do that.
And until then, friends, I bid you farewell. And he walks out through the front, sees Roz on a table. He's like, Rosalind puts some clothes on.
Rosalind.
And Lilith just goes, she's like slosh, she's been drinking the whole time. And you guys are like, oh yeah, shit, Lilith's there. And he goes, oh Lilith, do me a favour, love, do not pick a lock with that hairpin again. And then he just like clicks his fingers and she's sober again really suddenly, like what happened to you, and she's like,
Yeah, that was a hell of a come
and just
down.
throws up in Roz's bag of like infinite like space.
Oh.
And that's where I think we should end it today.
Wait, so if you reach into the bag and think of vomit,
Yeah.
Oh,
Vomit.
gross.
Lilith's vomit.
Gross.
Just scooping it out, like, cleaning it must be a nightmare.
Gross.
So, thank you for playing all. Thank you for watching at home. Hope you enjoyed our little foray into the weird.
what?
Ever reflection.
Oh, right.
Where?
Oh,
right.
right. Let us know what you thought of tonight's episode in our Discord.
It was dark as shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought I'd really layer it on because it's been rather jolly for a while. Well, I say jolly. It's been...
Yeah, no, getting your eye blown out, jolly.
yeah, you know,
That's pretty
just having your
cool.
leg
That's pretty
casually
jolly.
maimed in a fire
Yeah.
started by a player.
Bit of casual maiming.
Killing an old man begging for his life.
Jolly.
Well, it was jollier than what we just experienced.
Yeah.
But yeah, let us know what you thought. All of our links are down below to social medias and Discord. If you're watching on YouTube and the reruns, please do subscribe and hit the like button and all of the other good things that you can do on YouTube just to interact. And until next time. Bye.